good evening and welcome on to Páirc Rinn for this evening's Munster Senior Camogie final between Clare and Cork. We've already had success for Clare in the opener here in Páirc Rinn this afternoon as they beat Waterford by 14 points to 4 to claim the junior title for the first time since 2005. They will be hoping to build on that in this senior showdown against the Rebelettes, who came to Cusack Park in the opening round of the National League, brought away a victory in a game that provided talking points both on and off the field. Hopefully just between the four white lines is where the action will be here this evening. Let's run you through the teams before we bring in our analyst Rinn McNamara. Clare will start with Dylan Murphy in goal. The captain Clare is a fullback. It's Ciara Gould. Chloe Morey anchors the defence at 6 with Aoife Keane and Susan Daly wearing 5 and 7. Midfield partnership, the 5th Evo D and Caoimhe Carmody. It's Linda Daly, Lorna McNamara and Muireann Scanlon across the half-forward line. Anya O'Loughlin will spearhead the attack at the verge of the square. Emer Kelly and Spillane will be buzzing around trying to make the most of the breaks that are side. Cork, they start Lee in goal. It's Maeve Murphy, Libby Coppinger and Maeve Cahalan in the full back line. Olivia McCannon comes in at centre back in place of Laura Tracy. Laura Hayes and Saoirse McCarthy on the wings. Katie O'Mahony and Aisling Thompson make up a distinctive midfield pairing. It's Izzy O'Regan, Fiona Keating and Emma Murphy in the half-forward line, with the danger line inside of Amy O'Connor, Chloe Sigerson and Katrina Mackey. Clare Camogie, PRO and our analyst Brí McNamara with us here this evening. Brí, already a positive start from a Clare perspective. They'll be hoping to build on it, but a huge challenge ahead.
Yeah, huge challenge, Derek. Cork are the reigning Munster champions. They're the All-Ireland finalists last year. Superb team. And if you look just even at their line out there, like every single line, there's a household name in it, there's a key player, they will be so strong in defence. And then you've got the dart and runs of Amy O'Connor and Katrina Mackey also to get on the scoreboard for them. It's massive competition here for Clare this evening. And you know, two sides who are going to want to win this and who are going to believe in absolutely everything they have on the pitch.
The earlier game was played in resplendent sunshine. It has dampened somewhat here in Páirc Rinn. It has stayed dry though, thankfully. There is a nice breeze blowing as well, just maybe slightly down towards the scoreboard end, but I don't think it'll play a major part in how this particular game will play out. Nice crowd gathered as well, it has to be said. A good Clare contingent down for the junior game, and obviously waiting on for the senior as well. The Rebels here in their home patch on the Boreen Manor Road in Páirc Rinn, hoping to make the most of that. Their coach Davy Fitzgerald just watching and observing their final warm-up routine out here in front of us between the 45 and 65. Clare away to a huddle down to our left, and just from a
and it will be a huge
the playing of Oran Nivian. So close, we can hear the crowd in the background making their presence felt here in Páirc Rinn this evening. Just watching out, looks as if Clare will be attacking the scoreboard end here for the opening period. Emer Kelly, Anya O'Loughlin, Zian Spillane all making their way up towards that side of the pitch. 7 days ago it was Cork and Kerry here in the Munster Senior Football Championship. This evening it's the turn of Clare and Cork in the Munster Senior Camogie final. And obviously, Brí, with the All-Ireland series just a week away now at this stage, both sides will be very eager, not just for silverware, but for winning momentum as well.
Yeah, because whoever wins here this evening is bringing huge momentum into the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Senior Championships of the year next weekend. That throws in, like as you said, less than 7 days to throw in there. So definitely it's a huge boost for whoever wins here this evening.
Mike Ryan of Tipperary is our match official. Nivo D is first on the ball, spreads it into the corner. Zian Spillane makes the run out. Big track there by Maeve Murphy. The Fecal Killanena woman does well, shortens up the grip, tried to find Caoimhe Carmody, but a good interception there from Aisling Thompson. Not the first time and not the last time that she has done that in a Cork Camogie jersey. First clearance for her from just inside her own 45-metre line. Goes out over the sideline. It'll be a line ball for Clare. Just looking at the flags on the far side of the field, Breed, under, of course, the Barry's T sign here in Cork. God forbid you'd mention Lions T around these parts, but it looks as if it's blowing away down to our left-hand side, which would be favouring Cork in the opening half.
Yeah, it looks like it's favouring Cork now. It's only a very light breeze. It's I don't know if it won't have a huge impact, Eric, but it's the flag there fluttering there slightly in front of the Barry's T sign, as you say, and it is favouring Cork in this opening half.
Thompson with the long direct ball, looking for the run inside. Ciara Grove comes out, get the stick to it. Good defending. Nivo D trying to clear that ball up, picked up outside here at the minute by Aoife Keane, does well, clears it down. Cork playing with a spare player at the back. We dare not use the term sweeper. Anya Loughlin comes out and tries to put on the pressure. Long clearance right down into the Clare half back line. Looks like Chloe Murray is the spare player in the Clare defence just inside her own 45-metre line. That ball picked up by Linda Daly. She's brought to ground. It'll be a free out for Clare right on that 65-metre line. Tactics, Breed, is something that we'll be watching very, very closely indeed. We know how Davy likes to set up his teams, and we can see that evidence already here this evening.
Tactics will play a huge part, I suppose, in this game, because bear in mind these two sides are meeting again in just a couple of weeks' time in that All-Ireland campaign. So yeah, tactics will play a part here this evening. And it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
1 minute 40 on the clock. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors. We say hello to Joe Robbins and all the crew. He is by the pool somewhere. He told me he'll be drinking some class of gin. I didn't quite pick up the name of it, but it was only the mighty Joe who come up with the brand that he told me anyway. So hope you're tuned in, Joe, and enjoying it as well. Early doors here. Clare doing well to compete, although a free has been conceded, and it will be taken for Clare right here on the 21-metre line. And Lorna McNamara, who got that brilliant goal in the Gaelic grounds just 6 days ago in that victory over Tipperary, will line up to take this free. 21 metres out from the post, striking into the scoreboard end here in Páirc Rinn. Just beyond 2 minutes on the clock, should be routine enough for her, and she has popped that straight between the posts and over the bar. A positive start for her. That's exactly what you'd want from a free taker's point of view. Clare 1 point, Cork no score, Breed 2.5 on the clock.
2.5 on the clock exactly, and just one score, and it is Lorna McNamara. And just rewards for Lorna, because she was the one who actually won that free, surrounded as she was by Cork players, and won the free. Long
puck out evades the Cork half forward line, and Chloe Murray goes back to win that ball, forced onto her knees back there though by Amy O'Connor, under all sorts of pressure now on the far side of the field, in the shadow of the complex. But Clare do very well indeed to bring that away. It was Caoimhe Kelly going in to win that dirty ball, cleared away here at the moment by Clare Heher, but she went down after clearing that ball. Hopefully she'll be okay. The joint captain from Ina Kilnamona, Emer Kelly, kicking that ball forward, but the Cork defence comes out. Good interception from Kelly to deny Laura Hayes on that occasion. Ball goes back down to the ground. Zian Spillane inside looking around for, but Hayes has the ball back in her possession, coming out towards her own 45-metre line, gets the hand pass away towards Saoirse McCarthy, but the referee spotted there was the hurley lying on the ground. He's questioning how it got there. The upshot of it is 3.5 minutes on the clock. It'll be a free in for Clare, right hand side of the pitch, maybe 15 in from the near touchline, about 40 or so out from the post.
Yeah, definitely another opportunity here for Lorna McNamara. I don't think there was anything really in that free. Cork were defending, and it looked like from Mike Kelly's actions there, his hand signals, that it was a chop down. So we'll wait and see, but it's opportunity for Clare here to add to their scoreboard.
Clare Heher limping around the Clare square back here to our left hand side. Hopefully she's okay. Didn't see the physio coming in, so maybe not needed at the moment. Lorna McNamara with the point, squeezes it inside the left hand upright by about, I'd say, half an inch or half a toenail, whatever way you want to measure it.
I'd say just tighter.
4 minutes on the clock, 2 points for Clare, both coming from Lorna McNamara. Freeze, Breathe, the exact way they'd want to settle into this one.
Yeah, the exact way that Clare would want to settle. This is what they needed to get off the mark, get on that scoreboard early, settle the nerves. Cork are old hands at this Munster final, so they are well used to taking the wins. So an ideal start for Clare here.
Aisling Thompson battling away there, trying to pick up that ball, but Clare in no mood to let her out handy as Nivo D again gets that pass away to her clubmate and midfield partner. She's Caoimhe Carmody. Her dad John is watching on the sideline. The joint manager almost got this strike away, but a brilliant hook there by Izzy O'Regan. Timed that to absolute perfection, but couldn't get it back up into her hands immediately. Emer Kelly has it, a speculative shot from distance that hits the angle of post and crossbar, and it's defended well there by Cork, winning that free inside in her full back line. Libby Libby Coppinger, the quickest to react there, as it looked like a nothing shot from distance by Emer Kelly, somehow dipped at the last minute, hit that angle of post and crossbar. In fairness to Libby Coppinger, she was the most alert of all, won the break, won her free, but there's a let-off.
Yeah, superb clearance there from Libby, in fairness. As you say, the most alert inside there. It could have been a total different outcome had Clare been more alert to the drop on ball inside, but Coppinger cleared her lines.
Amy Lee with the free from her own 21-metre line, dropping it down to the far side of the field, looking for Chloe Sigerson coming deep, trying to pick up this ball. Again, the ruck develops on the far side and Cork come away with it into the hands of Fiona Keating. First time she has found a little bit of space, shortens up the grip, strikes it off the left and puts it over the bar. That's a fine score. Once again, Fiona Keating getting on the scoreboard for Cork. It's the first point from play we've seen here this evening. Clare lead by 2 points to 1. 5.5 minutes gone, but an early indication from a Cork point of view, Breed, just the smallest bit of space there and they punished.
Yep, the smallest bit of space, and we saw what Fiona delivered there. That run through.
Zian Spillane comes onto this break in along the 21-metre line. She shortens the grip, flicks it between the posts and puts it over the bar. Really perceptive score from the Fecal Killanena, a woman on the far side of the field. Read the break brilliantly, just ducked inside, picked the ball first time and she was gone. An immediate response from Clare. 3 points to 1. An entertaining Breed opening 6 minutes.
A very entertaining opening 6 minutes, and like we saw there, the point up here from Fiona Keating, and less than before the next minute was on the clock there, we had another point down the end. So I think this is going to be in stuff throughout, so it is, Derek.
Cork going long with all those puck outs, trying to put pressure early doors on that Clare half back line, but they're holding up well so far. Caoimhe Kelly carried the ball though on that occasion. The support just didn't come in, and there's going to be treatment now for one of the Clare players. I think that looks like Susan Daly over on the far side of the field with the green helmet, the scarf of Gunlow. Club woman, of course, great success for them over the last couple of years, but a first free of the afternoon for Amy O'Connor. She's on the far side of the field, 15 yards in from the far touchline, just between the 45 and 65 metre lines, striking way down to our left hand side. 3 points to 1, 7 minutes gone. Breed career wise, our commentary sponsors.
Yeah, Amy's going to standing over this, well able to take these frees, a guaranteed scorer for Cork throughout, and you know, a player of that calibre, an all-star like her, I would be expecting her to put this between the posts, so I would.
Plenty other games underway at the moment across the Hurling Championship as well, and to let you know that Conor Whelan has marked his return to action with a goal for Galway as they lead Laois by 125 to 14 points. So double scores there, lead for the tribesmen in that game. Let's focus on Amy O'Connor for the moment. As we mentioned, striking with the breeze slightly at her back, away to our left hand side towards the complex end here, we'll call it, in Páirc Rinn. The ball is high in the air and it looks as if it's accurate. Both umpires went back and immediately lifted up their hands. 3 points to 2. The sides have shared 5 points in 7.5 minutes, but it's Clare by 1.
Yeah, Clare by 1. Amy O'Connor, as we said, as I said before, we broke there. She's surefire, and Clare, if they're going to give away frees in this scoring opportunity, Amy will nail them every single time, so she will.
Linda Daly did well to read that puck out break, plays it low again once towards Zian Spillane, but that Cork full backline on top at the moment. Maeve Murphy doing brilliantly to break that one up. Laura Hayes comes clear, drives it down towards the 65 metre line. Aoife Keane lost to Hurley in the challenge, there was nothing in it, it was accidental in the extreme. It was Chloe Murray picking up that ball, got turned over though. Chloe Sigerson comes in now, turns and looks to deliver that ball inside. A long, searching, dangerous ball. Claire Heher goes to the ground, Cork pick it up, lovely little flick inside, danger on here, out comes Darren Murphy and puts her off, and the ball goes out for a 65 metre free, or 45 metre free I should say, for Cork. It was Emma Murphy who had come inside, a brilliant little flick by Chloe Sigerson to find her, but not for the first time. Darren Murphy not in any mood to see her goal line breached. A brave save from her, out for the 45. Excellent from the young magpie.
Absolutely. I actually was waiting to see where was the green flag, why wasn't he putting it up, before I realised, oh my God, Darren actually got a touch in there, and I think it has shown us just how much she has developed as a player throughout the league and in this Munster Championship. Superb to deny Cork what looked like a surefire green flag.
It'll be a 45 metre free for Amy O'Connor. Could have been so much more, but Darren Murphy with that outstanding penalty save last week against Cote d'Ivoire in this Munster semi-final replay. A huge moment in that game. Let's see, can Amy O'Connor level the sides up for the first time here with 9.5 minutes played in Páirc Rinn. She's striking again to our left hand side. That one looks though as if it's tailing. It hits the inside of the post and it drops over the bar just at the last moment. It found the touch off the inside of the post to put it over the bar. 9.5 gone, 3 points apiece.
Yeah, we saw similar in the junior game. A shot from Sean Kenny, and the same way touched off the upright and glanced in over to get on the scoreboard.
Clare looking to respond straight away. Nivo D coming onto that breaking ball, trying to deliver it inside, but sweeping back there. Laura Hayes does well, gets it into her possession first time. Zian Spillane comes over to try and put on the pressure. Maeve Murphy offers herself as the out ball. Emer Kelly tries to sweep her back around. Cork holding on to the ball, very clever in possession, and now releasing it into the centre of the park where Fiona Keating comes on to it. Chloe Murray goes out to try and take it from her. Ciara Grogan, sticky as she's known, the secondary school teacher in Tulla, breaking up that ball, but it's Katrina Mackey who comes onto it. Again, a nice short little stick pass into Chloe Sigerson, striking from the angle and putting that ball just slightly to the right hand side and putting it wide. Cork Breed starting to build the moves.
Yeah, Cork starting to build the moves. Katrina Mackey getting involved now, and we all know Katrina, head down, bear down into the danger area, and if she can't deliver on a score, she will deliver the ball to one of her colleagues who's better placed.
Long puck out from Darren Murphy, looking there for the run of Lorna McNamara, and coming in to win that ball is Daly. Was she fouled? Referee had a good long look at that. Brilliant from Linda Daly. We know that's one of her real strong points. Breed, in fairness, all the Dalys have the same attributes about them. It's honest to goodness hard work rate. Yeah. We saw that in spades just there.
We did, and we've seen it like for the last few years in Clare, both with Scariff Gunlow and with Clare. The Dalys, they've come through the ranks from minor up along, they've been superb stalwarts. I mean, these girls are only just turning 21 to be calling them stalwarts. It just shows their commitment, their drive and their energy. The reason that all three of them have turned 21 is because they're triplets, of course, just in case anybody's wondering what kind of a coincidence was going on outside around Scariff Gunlow direction. The Daly triplets, that free going wide to the left of the post. 11 and a half minutes played. It's still Cork 3, Clare 3 with CareerWise Recruitment, our commentary sponsors. Joe Robbins, stay tuned right to the end of this. I have a feeling it's going to the wire. Long puck out from Amy Lee, dropping between the 45 and 65. Carmody goes in to try and put on the pressure. Izzy O'Regan picks it up and kicks for space, gets the call from Thompson. The hand pass wouldn't come first time. She gets it at the second time of asking, but she's under all sorts of pressure and she's been turned over. Carmody picks up the break, looks to deliver it straight away. Zian Spillane out in front again, picks that ball up on the 45. Lovely little stick pass into Lorna McNamara. She gets the call from Grace Carmody at the top of the D. Can she control this first time? She can. Flicks the hand pass away, but well read there by Saoirse McCarthy. Daly nips in, shortens up the grip and puts it over the bar. Brilliant work again from Linda Daly. We mentioned it just a moment ago, that hard work rate didn't give up on what looked like a lost cause. Clare go back out into the lead, 4 points to 3 with 12 and a half gone. Superb. I thought the ball was gone there from Cueva altogether, but the smartness to get the little flick in there, and Daly gathers and over the bar. Puck out once again, going long, dropping down towards the Clare 45 metre line. The stick goes up. Susan Daly, one of the other triplets, was the one trying to break it down. Katrina Mackey trying to respond straight away, shortening up the grip and putting it over the bar. That's a really, really good score. She hadn't room to swing a cap, let alone a hurley there, and somehow she managed to do it. Leveled it up, 8 points, but has been shared Breed in 13 minutes. Not a bad return. Not a bad return, and it's an entertaining game. It's not stop and start. Both sides have had their share of scores from place ball and from frees. My concern, I suppose, really, Derek, is the fact that there's no separating the sides at this moment. Yeah, let's not talk about that for a while. We have to credit as well the referee. He's let the play go, Mike Ryan. He has let that physicality develop, and there's nothing more frustrating than hearing the whistle blown 30 or 40 times in a game. We can see it right at the moment. He's letting the ruck develop, letting Nivo D break through. Now he blows the whistle because she's been fouled. Really good officiating from the Tipperary man on the far side of the field. It'll be a free for Clare once again between the 45 and 65 metre lines, and Chloe Morey is trotting Pat Horgan, like I would say, over to take this one. She is in no rush whatsoever. 13 and a half gone, sides level, 4 apiece. Yeah, very good officiating, as you said there, from Mike Ryan. The game has been let flow, so it is, and he's letting the physicality develop between the two sides, and I think we all know that both sides are well capable of delivering on physicality if it's required. Morey standing over this free now, an opportunity for Clare here to push their noses out in front once again. 129 Galway, 14 points Laois. I think we can consider that one done as we watch Chloe Morey. Can she put that ball between the posts? She looks happy enough with it as she trots away back to her centre back spot, having scored her first point of the evening from a long range free. The 6 Mile Bridge clubwoman puts Clare back out into the lead again, 5 points to 4. It's 14 and a half minutes gone. John Carmody looking to win for what would him probably be back-to-back Munster titles. 2012 he was manager. He's back in charge again 10 years
years later, along with Conor Dolan. And let's see what we can do here in Páirc Rinn this evening. Puck out long, dropping again between the 45 and 65. Emer Kelly back to Clare clubwoman. Lovely touch inside there from Katie O'Mahony to dispossess her. But Kelly comes bouncing clear again. Up she comes to her own 65-metre line, making the angle to try and strike it off to Hurley. But that only goes down the throat of Laura Hayes. Very perceptive defending from her, playing that free roll at the back, dropping it down to the wing. That is a pinpoint ball to Katrina Mackey. Hers is a pinpoint ball as well, but unfortunately from a Cork perspective, it's only into the hands of Chloe Murray. Does well to find Daly once again. That is Linda here on this near side of the pitch to us. Aoife Keane, Aina Kilnamonas. She has been outstanding for club, county and college as well. On this occasion though, her ball to the right hand corner has gone out over the sideline under the watchful eye of the Muir Ishka down there. Also from Aina Kilnamona, Mr. Eugene Foodie. A line ball for Cork, and it'll be taken by Olivia McKellen, or that was Maeve Murphy rather, taking that one. Coming for it was Laura Hayes. Again the hurley goes in to try and dispossess her. Aisling Thompson now dances onto this one. Up to the 65 she comes. She's got space. Niamh D comes across to put on the pressure. The ball is dropping right down into the danger zone. Claire Herr's inside underneath it. Solid as a rock. We thought she was injured early doors, but she's bounding clear with this one. Out to Niamh D. The ball comes. She's on the top of her own D. Has to be very, very careful. Plays it back. Ciara Grogan coming onto it, took the extra touch there. So composed from her, looking to play it out the far side of the field, looking for the run outside of Merlin Scanlon. Did well to try and break that ball up. She was under all sorts of pressure. Can Clare pick it up? They can. Daly has it, launches it down right in the direction there of Lorna McNamara. But she'd been held back there. Referee happy enough to let the play continue. Cork swarm in numbers and now try to turn defence into attack with Aisling Thompson again between the 45 and 65 metre line, striking at the goal, but the ball goes to the left hand side and it goes wide. 16 and a half gone. It's Clare by one. Breeden working very, very hard.
Yeah, both sides are working very, very hard today. Derek, I think anyone that's watching the live stream can see everyone is leaving all they have out there on the pitch. Superb run there from Thompson, and probably looking to get a reward on the scoreboard.
Ball played again. Someone has to come and try and win this one. That someone outside there is Maeve Murphy for Cork on her hands and knees, gets the hand pass away. Again breaking down the far side of the field. Camogie in chase there, but it's Cork breaking away again once more. Lovely little brick flick forward now for the run outside there of Chloe Sigerson. She's at a tight angle low and under all sorts of pressure as well from Daly. Back to Niamh D goes in to just try and shove her out of the way and pick up that breaking ball. The referee has spotted something. He looks like he's indicating it's going to be a free in for Cork on the 21 metre line. Just spotted something he didn't like. It'll be a free for Cork. A very, very tight angle, but a chance for them to level things up again.
I think it was the players were crowding in around. There was a hurley in from the signal. It looked like he was putting a hurley going in over the shoulder height challenge, I suppose, and it's an opportunity. I think it's Amy O'Connor, an opportunity for Amy O'Connor here to level matters.
Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors. It's Clare leading by 5 points to 4. 17 and a half minutes gone here in this Munster Senior Camogie final. 2012 the last time Clare won it. 2012 the last time Clare were here as well. It's the number 13 for Cork, Amy O'Connor. 2 points from place balls for her already, and 1 from a free and 1 from a 45 after an outstanding block inside by the Clare goalkeeper Darren Murphy. Angle is tight. Can she make light of it? Looks like she can. Lobs it in and puts it over the bar. The sides are level again. I make that the 4th time they've been level throughout this opening 18 minutes or so in this game. 5 points apiece, Breed. 12 plus injury to go to the break.
Yep, 5 apiece, and both sides have had a brace from frees and then 3 from play each. So I think they're so evenly matched. It's going to make for a very interesting 45 minutes left or so, including injury time. But yeah, both sides working hard all over the field. You have to give credit to them. They're providing us with a very entertaining game. Merlin
Scanlon just getting a little bit of treatment over on the far side of the field. So hopefully she's okay to continue. Yeah, she's back up onto her feet. She's being picked up outside there by Olivia McCallum, who was a late inclusion in this Cork team at centre back in place of Laura Tracy. Darren Murphy with the puck out. You can see the difference in the way they're landing, because Darren has a fair old belt to the ball. That breeze must be nice and lively outside there down at pitch side level. Brilliant breakaway there from Chloe Murray, with Saoirse McCarthy comes onto it immediately, plays it down this left hand channel, looking there for Amy O'Connor. She's under all pressure again from Murray and Claire Heher. Not a combination that you get away from too handy. Murray back to Heher, trying to break the challenge. Amy O'Connor does well to hold her up, forces her back around again, thought about the strike, decides to go off on the solo run instead. Ball goes back to the ground on the 45 metre line, trying to clear this one away, and she does, down the line. in towards Lorna McNamara, but Izzy O'Regan picks up that break and finds a little bit of space to move into. Referee has the hand up for advantage. The hand pass goes away. He's happy enough to let the play continue. Let the shot be taken. Dropping inside, Ciara Grogan with outstanding perceptive defending, brought the ball down on the hurley, took it into her hand, got the hand pass away. Chloe Murray couldn't take it first time. She's been fouled, has Amy O'Connor. It'll be a free in for Cork, and just from a Clare point of view, Breed, we'll call it first phase defending very, very good, but on a couple of occasions the clearances from defence are a small bit loose.
Yeah, small bit loose there, and then maybe, I won't say panic setting in, but maybe a bit of a clutter defence leading to enforced errors, and gifting Cork some scores on the board.
This will be the lead for the first time in the game for Cork if Amy O'Connor can land her fourth of the afternoon. All of them coming from place balls. She's dead straight in front of the post, right at the arc at the top of the D, striking away to the goal to our left-hand side as she drops that one in. Referee and umpire and everybody looking at that. Small bit of confusion at first, but now they have signalled that it is over the bar. A score all of Clare's own making. Cork go out into the lead, 6 points to 5, 20 gone.
Yeah, Clare's, they've given that one to Cork, so they did, and I hope that they don't give them any more up to them like that. Amy O'Connor, as we said earlier, Derek, she's absolutely impeccable, superb player from place ball, and she will punish and punish and punish, and if we stay here till midnight, she'll stay put them over from place ball.
Hopefully so too. William McKelly trying to get those legs pumping. The ball came in from Zian Spillane, but it was just broken up. Good work initially from Murren Scanlon to create that chance. The ruck develops again out around the 45 metre line. In comes Caoimhe Carmody. Surely she was being dragged off. Referee is indicating just that. There was a pull on her there. Well worked puck out from a Clare point of view. Murren Scanlon coming onto that ball. Zian Spillane is fronting brilliant inside, you have to say, Breed, from a Clare perspective. And again, hard work creating that ruck, winning the free, and a chance for Lorna to tie things up.
Yeah, superb work inside from Zian and from Lorna and Murren. They're working so hard, and these are the younger players on the Clare side. They're the newcomers, the newbies on the block, and the work rate they're putting in. And there we go again, Lorna levelling matters yet again for these two sides.
6 points apiece, 21.5 on the clock, and what has been a very entertaining Munster Senior Camogie final here on the Boreen Manor Road at Páirc Rinn in Cork. Puck out for Amy Lee, standing on the verge of her own 21 metre line, dropping it down to the far side of the field, but that should be gathered by Scanlon. Just goes back to the ground, and Fiona Keating comes in and picks up that break, does well to release it down the far side of the field towards Emma Murphy. The goal chance for her early on denied by Darren Murphy. Can she get the ball away from Caoimhe Kelly? Outstanding defending from the Kilkishen woman. Puts in the challenge, gets the ball back to the ground. Scanlon is there as the out ball if she wants her, so too is Susan Daly. Just going back to pick this one up is Caoimhe Carmody in towards Niamh O'Dea, playing a very deep role. Maybe Clare can engineer a way to get her forward, certainly around a forward advanced position of that middle third, maybe, as we watch Lorna McNamara now picking this ball up. Again, a brilliant tackle coming in there from the hard working corner forward Katrina Mackey, who turns that ball into the attack from a Clare point of view. Wooden stick first time. Anya Loughlin does well, flicked it away from the challenge, got the hand pass to it as well, but Zian Spillane just couldn't take it first time, and now Cork can get that running game going. Laura Hayes driving the ball into the corner, telling Caoimhe Kelly, go back and win that ball if you can. Was there a hand on the back? Thought so from here. Referee happy enough to let the play continue. In comes O'Dea once more, picking up that ball. She was pulled back as she did. She's working savage hard breed back there between her own 45 and 21 metre line. We know what she offers going forward, but she's a savage cool head in around that break zone.
Yeah, absolutely. She can fall back there and shore up the defence, which she seems to be doing there now this evening for us. But superb, absolute superb work. But you have to say, this is interrupting Cork's running game, which we know they're well known for, and it has kind of halted their stride a little bit. So interesting to see how this will play out. Ball
taken long down to Anya Loughlin at the top of the left position. She's blocked down there though. Good work outside by Libby Coppinger. We know the threat that Anya Loughlin is inside, spearheading that clear attack. Line ball will be taken by her just short of her own 21 metre line. Nobody inside around the square though. Maybe wait until that's populated before she hits it. Tries a little chip, a little sand wedge if she was out of the bunker. Out to Emer Kelly, turning and twisting on the 45 metre line, striking towards the post and putting that one over the bar. That was outstanding work. A brilliant perceptive little line ball from Anya Loughlin on the far side of the field. Just slapped it up into the air, gave it to Kelly, and she made no mistake with the finish. Clare lead once more, 7-6, 24 played.
Yep, definitely, and that was so high, I'd say even the umpires were confused, and the way the umpire had to duck around to avoid getting the clatter on the side of the head. play back there again now.
Clare doing so well when that ball goes to ground from the Cork puck out and just working it back around those little almost Limerick-like triangles, and it's Aoife Keane who brings it clear out of that flooded zone, and it's Lorna McNamara just on her hands and knees, lost her footing there for a second and she was punished. Cork in no mood to give up as Laura Hayes breaks onto that ball. She's been pulled back, referees playing advantage, he'll allow her to take the shot. Hayes drops it inside towards Darren Murphy and does well to hold on to it. Anybody watching the stream can see those goals not exactly sparsely populated with grass, so once it hits that surface it is a bit of a gamble, so she did well to hold onto that ball, dropping it down here for Caoimhe Carmody. Surely pushed in the back, referee agrees on the 45-metre line. This is a very, very composed performance from a Clare point of view. There'll be no one getting carried away, Breed, but with 7-6 with a lead to go 5 minutes to the break, they couldn't have asked for more of an effort.
No, they couldn't have asked anything more. The girls down there, they have given their all, so they have in this opening 30 minutes. And I think they might have surprised Cork a little bit in terms of their tenacity, their hunger and their fight for the ball.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll make it into a 2-point lead. On the 45-metre line is Lorna McNamara. She's about 10 metres in from this near stand sideline. She'll be striking maybe from right to left as we're looking at it, just sizing up that red spot over the crossbar. Maybe the player in front for there is a tad close. She won't make much of a difference though, as Lorna hits that one an almighty belt and puts it over the bar. It's Clare leading by 8 points to 6. 26 minutes gone in the opening half. Joe Robbins, it's time to top up that gin.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. I hope you're watching the stream and tuned in here listening to this, because, you know, it's an absolute pleasure to watch this. Two teams giving their absolute all out there on the pitch and, you know, getting physical, getting up and close to, and winning ball, scores, everything. It has everything, this match, so it has.
I'd be amazed if Cork don't try and do something different with the puckouts, because Clare have been winning most of them, but on this occasion it's Cork who come clear with Fiona Keating trying to make the angle to take the shot, and not for the first time. Nivo D in no mood to let her do that under any sort of pressure whatsoever. A brilliant block down by her as she strides back in. Major boost obviously, Breed, to have her back. We saw her going off at the tail end of the game last week after a heavy challenge, but look, at everybody knows what Nivo D will bring to any team she's on.
Yeah, to see her, like, I mean, at training Tuesday night, she didn't take a part in training, so she didn't. And then Thursday night, she just did some light running and that. But yeah, it's huge impact, a player of that calibre. And likewise, if Cork were to lose one of their talisman women, it would have a similar boost to them coming into a crucial game like this.
Clare are working so hard and have actually turned over that line ball on the far side of the field as well. So with looking at the clock, 3 minutes plus injury time to go to the break, it's Clare by 2 on a scoreline of 8 points to 6 here in Páirc Rinn. I wouldn't think we'd have too much of additional time to play. It's been a fairly free-flowing opening half, in fairness, maybe just one stoppage, I'd imagine. Referee though just making sure everybody is back from this line ball to be taken as we just wait for this one. Davy Fitzgerald and John Carmody, Conor Dolan, all in their respective dugouts for these closing stages, watching on both of their teams, as Davy is actually down here in front of us with the stats team in the stand. I wonder what he's made of that opening half. Clare flying it, trying to make it a 3-point gap. Here comes Lorna McNamara with the strike, but she turned away, didn't like that one because it went to the left-hand side and it went wide. There's more computers than Curry's electrical here down the front of us with the Cork backroom team, but they can't do anything about Lorna McNamara turning that puck out over where she pushed in the back. Referee says yes, outstanding, you can't beat hard work, and that is exactly what Clare are bringing to this. The short puck out, I was thinking they might try and do something different, but Clare in no mood to give it up, whether it's 45 out from their own goals or down the other side as well. Really good from Lorna, head down, win for goal, pulled the free. A chance now for Clare to go 3 in front.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity here for Clare. You know, these are the danger areas. We saw it at the other end where Clare coughed up a couple of frees, allowing Cork to pull ahead, and Cork now have done similar down here, coughing up a free that allows Lorna McNamara to hopefully add another one there to the Clare scoreboard.
Just about. Wasn't the cleanest strike. With 28.5 minutes gone, the ball creeps over the bar for her 5th free of the evening. Clare lead by 9 points to 6. And well, you have to question the way, I suppose, Cork at this stage just 6 points in the game, and they're still persisting with just one player up top. That's Amy O'Connor. But well, that's their decision. Maeve Murphy has the ball on the far side of the field, drops it down towards Chloe Sigerson, wearing 14 but playing very deep. Now she goes long, but Chloe Morey should be in control of this one and is. Picks it up brilliantly. The Morey movement owner, the new bridge, the gym down there, herself and Shana making a mighty fist of that as she gives the ball back to Clare Hare, a steady player, but she's blocked down on this occasion Spillane picks up the break though, tries to take on the challenge, goes for the physical contact and breaks away from it. Ball still on the hurley, slaps it up and gets the hand pass away. Zian Spillane coming deep for this, winning the ball on her own 65-metre line, pushed in the back. Referee though not interested in that. Ball goes back to the ground. Daly's inside there to try and pick that up. That's Susan on this occasion. Zian Spillane inside there too, just looking for it as we watch the ball just squirming away there on the far side of the field. Referee happy enough to just throw the ball in on this occasion, and there's a text message coming in, Breed, from Mr. Joe Robbins. He says, Derek, a great game and we're very hopeful. Joe, we are as well. We mightn't be as warm as you are, but we're hopeful here on the Boreen Manor Road in Cork. Referee throws in the ball. The clock will tell us at the moment exactly 30 minutes played. Clare 9, Cork 6, and Clare in possession of the Sliotar through Caoimhe Kelly, dropping it out here to the middle third of the field. Daly putting on all the pressure. Lorna McNamara coming out as well, but turned over there by Saoirse McCarthy, dancing clear up towards the Clare 45-metre line. Niamh D comes out to say hello. McCarthy has the shot at the post and puts it over. That's a big score from a Cork point of view. It's one they needed just to settle them a small bit. Two between the sides. Injury time first half.
Yeah, superb score there from Saoirse. She's made the progression in Cork up from junior, you know. Superb player, and shows why she's here on the senior side, getting a score like that, winning vital possession and converting it.
Puck out was taken right out here in front of us by Darren Murphy. Linda Daly came onto that ball, running out towards the 65. Again, a hand on the back. Again, a free to be taken for Clare. Chloe Morey will take all the time in the world. The gym might be called Morey Movement, but she's making no mighty effort to move out to the ball at the minute. She's certainly taking her time, which she's well entitled to do, obviously. But once again, Breed, you know, we'll be talking about players of the game and all that sort of stuff, I'd imagine. But for me, the work that Linda Daly has gone through here in this first half has been immense.
Yeah, Linda's put in Trojan 30 minutes, so she has. And you know, she's taken her punishment, and she's got right stuck into this game. She has experience, of course, as we know, from the Munster Senior Club Championship, where she was an absolute star for Scarf Gunlow over the last few years.
Chloe Morey has been a star for Clare over the last few years as well, with those long range frees, but this one, and there wasn't much in it, has gone to the left hand side and it's gone wide. It's Clare 9, it's Cork 7, 31.5 is what the clock will tell us. Didn't see a board going up with additional time, but we can guess somewhere around the 2 or 3 minute mark. On average, it's usually that. Cork now going short with the puck out, as we thought they might try, and again the pressure from a Clare point of view. The ball is being turned over. It'll be a free in for Clare. Libby Cobbinger told that she took too many steps. It should be a free in for Clare. It should be a handy enough one for Lorna McNamara. We won't jinx her just yet. She's right on the 45-metre line, Brie, but once again, from a Clare point of view, work rate has created that chance.
Yeah, work rate has created it. Like it hard work will win you these kind of frees, and this is what Clare need to be doing. So it is. They know they're up against it here against Cork this evening, and they need to be winning these vital frees. Hard work, and tremendous work rate is what will have a huge impact for them here.
Lorna McNamara with the free that creeps inside the left-hand upright and goes over the bar. It is a 6th of the evening for her from the place balls. It's a 10th point for Clare, 7 for Cork, 32.5 on the clock. Half-time whistle blows, and the crowd you can hear in the background is from the saffron and blue clad supporters, and many of them wearing the Club Clare hats as well, which is great to see. And we can certainly, hopefully, God to be mighty weekend to kick it off on a Saturday. We've 2 games here in Cork, right? We've played 1.5 of them. We've won the first one, certainly won the first half of this by those 10 points to 7. And from a Clare point of view, they'll be very, very happy heading to that dressing room.
Clare will be delighted heading into this dressing room, like you always want, especially when you're up against it. Cork are the reigning Munster champions, so they're coming into this game with the definite favourites tag. Clare, they're going into the dressing room at half time with 3 point advantage, which probably wouldn't have been expected by a lot of people. Clare are going in probably the happier side at this point, but I expect a massive second half here from Cork, so I do. I expect them to come out and absolutely attack this game and attack all over the field. I'd say there'll be a few hairdryer moments going on in the dressing room at half time. I'd expect it. Cork won't want to be coughing up this their Munster championship title to Clare, so they won't.
Well, that's what is happening at the moment at half time. As we said, Clare lead, and well, Galway 237, Laois 21 points. That's the latest score from that All-Ireland qualifier. Loads more scores to give you across the evening. Of course, Tip and Limerick in that other Munster senior football semi-final to see who'll play Cork in the decider. However, or Kerry in the decider, I should say, after they beating Cork here, of course, 6 days ago. It's Clare 10, it's Cork 7. It's half time here in Páirc, Rinn. Loads more to come. Don't go anywhere.
I will jump on.
From a Clare point of view, just look across Myrne Scanlon, Lorna McNamara, Linda Daly, they're all there in the half forward line. Zian Spillane, Anya O'Loughlin, Emer Kelly, they're all there too. Grace Carmody and Niamh O'Dea, they're outside at midfield.
I'd say that might be Caoimhe Carmody.
Yeah, or did I say Grace?
You did.
I did. Sorry. Yeah, I was still in the junior mode. She got a great point after coming off the bench. Yeah, Caoimhe, it's a Carmody anyway. I got that much right. The manager Carmody is out there on the far sideline as well.
There's a lot of Carmodys. It's easy to get confused.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I no doubt I'll hear about it as well. So apologies in advance. Aoife Keane, Claire Heher is strolling around there, Chloe Morey too, Susan Daly, yeah, so they're all out for this second half. Just Cork taking that little bit of an extra time inside the dressing room to try and straighten things out. But I think Derek hit the nail on the head there before he left us breathe. These first 10 minutes now, hold out. If it's the same first 10 minutes as we had in the first half, very positive.
Oh yeah, if it's the same 10 minutes, if Clare can replicate the opening of the second half and bring what the way they performed in the opening 10 minutes of the first half, then they will be in with a very, very strong chance here, so they will, definitely.
Just a scoreline that maybe Davy might be interested in hearing. 6-1, Wexford leading Westmeath in their Leinster Championship game down in Cusack Park in Mullingar, so we'll keep an eye on all those. 2 games at 7 o'clock, as I mentioned, Tip and Limerick in that Munster semi-final. Dublin Kilkenny, massive game in Parnell Park there in the Leinster Championship, that one also underway at 7 o'clock. It's 6:45 now on a Saturday evening. It is the Munster Senior Camogie final here in Páirc Rinn. Clare leading by 10 points to 7. Cork back out for the second half, and about to resume, as we mentioned. Let's just look around. I don't see anything other than the number 20, who is Olivia McCallan, the highest number above 15 for this second half. There is in fact one out there now. Orla Cronin has come into the Cork attack, it looks like, so we'll just wait and see who's gone off. Perhaps maybe is it Izzy O'Regan or Emma Murphy? We'll keep a quick eye on that. Breed, I'll let you do the scanning around, and we'll watch the match official outside here from Tipperary, Mr. Mike Ryan, getting this second half underway. Clare will be attacking away to our left hand side here. It's 7:15 now, 7:20. We should know who are the 2022 Munster Camogie champions. Niamh O'Dea driving forward from the throw in, winning the free and giving the fist pump as well. JJ and all the crew above in Kilfenora will be proud of that one, as she wins the free right on the 65-metre line. Chloe Morey striding forward to take it. Clare leading 10 points to 7, shy of 20 seconds gone in this second half. Immediately a chance for Clare to extend that lead to 4. Cork, remember, went ahead once in the opening period. Clare responded brilliantly to lead by 3 at the break. Chloe Morey, number 6 on her back, 65 yards out from the post, pretty much dead straight in front of them as she comes to lift and strike this one. The All-Star with the belt of the ball towards the goal that has just gone to the right hand side and wide. Niamh O'Dea is arguing that it might have crept inside. She's asking the linesman to have a look at that. He's not interested. The puck out will come from Amy Lee. Cork now leading to respond again, sticking with that spare player at the back. Chloe Morey protecting the top of the D from a Clare defensive point of view. Puck out goes short. It's Chloe Sigerson back on her own 45-metre line, looks up and tries to deliver long, putting it down into the corner, trying to take the sweeper out of the game, but she forgot Ciara Grogan is there. She's battling away with Katrina Mackey. Ball goes back to the ground. Who picks it up? It's Sticky, that's why they call her that. And she gets that ball away, but the referee says she barred. This is a rule I have a major issue with. What was Ciara Grogan supposed to do there? Clare in front of her, she's trying to drive forward. She's the one that's pulled for barging. I know Congress is gone for another year, Breed, but that's one they're going to have to address.
Yeah, I think it's one that confuses everyone, so it does, all players, because you think in one instant that you're standing your ground. In the next instance, when you do it, you're conceding a free for barging. So it is something I think that does need to be, how would I word it, considered and decided upon what is what exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if a player is trying to go forward and someone just stands in front of them, that's not barging. A free is taken, dropped over the bar, is it? No, it's straight across to the left and right. I thought it was over from where we were looking, but the umpire waved his hands wide. That's grand, we'll take it. Aoife Keane takes the puck out, goes dancing out around the far side of the field, ball on the hurley, driving forward, puts it back on the stick again, goes to ground so she can catch it, shortens up the grip, tries to find Lorna McNamara, does well to take that into her possession, shoves off the challenger, looks up, gives the hand pass across to Niamh O'Dea. She's trying to deliver this one long into the corner, looking for Zian Spillane, the ever-running, ever-hard-working woman from Seattle. Drives the ball, picks up that ball. I thought she was touched in the back. Referee is happy enough to let the play continue. Myrne Scanlon goes in to try and pick that up, but it's the Cork defence who have turned it over. Good work from them, and it was Laura Hayes back there. but Lorna McNamara comes in and breaks that one up, rolls the ball up onto the hurley, gets it back to Caoimhe Carmody. Lorna took a little bit of a slap there for her troubles. The referee is pointing across. He's just going to stop the play. Bravery there from Lorna McNamara, diving on that loose ball just to break it up from a Clare point of view, and referee is just stopping the play so that the attention can come in, but bravery in spades there.
Yeah, superb interception there by Lorna. Like, she's got the heart of a lion, that kid, so she has. All through the year she said it, she will go in there, she'll win, she'll fight so hard to win every ball she possibly can, and just the astuteness of her, the way she nipped in there to intercept that ball, break up what was going to be, looked like going to be a Cork clearance, keep the ball in the danger area for Clare. She picked up a knock, she's getting up, she's back on her feet. Clare Coman is moving back here to the sideline. Clare Coman on physio duty today is earning her dinner down there.
And you were telling me earlier on, Breed, also that the last time Clare won this title, Clare had a very different role.
Yeah, Clare was actually playing in 2012 when we won this match, and in the half-time you were speaking with Derek Dormer there, and you were speaking about the score, and it was in 2012 it was a similar low-scoring goal. Neither side got a goal in that match. I think it finished up 13 points to 11 was the final score that day down in the Rag in 2012.
We'd take something similar today. It's 10-7 at the moment with 34 on the clock, and a free for Cork right on the 65-metre line. Chance for them to get their first point of this new period. It looks as if is it Chloe Sigerson that has come back to strike this one. A long distance free. Chloe Murray protecting the 21-metre line inside Sigerson with the strike at the post, dropping dangerously in, batted away from underneath the crossbar, and Chloe's there to mop it up, drives it down along the field to her clubmate Myrne Scanlon. It's Caoimhe Carmody coming on to it, battling away with Aisling Thompson. She has been like a little bee around that middle third for Clare this afternoon. Susan Daly picks up that ball. She wasn't fouled there, is beyond me. The Cork are on the move, and it's Orla Cronin hitting towards the top of the D, shortening up the grip, striking at the post, and ultimately putting it over the bar. That's a good score from a Cork point of view. It's one they needed. Thought there was a questionable enough decision in the lead up to it from a Clare point of view. Referee was happy enough to let it continue. 35 on the clock, 2 between the sides. Career-wise, our commentary sponsors.
Yeah, and I think we can see why Orla Cronin was introduced there at half-time. We can see what she can deliver, and I suppose you can understand why Cork fought so hard to have her in the All-Ireland final last August.
Chloe Sigerson once again playing that spare role to perfection. The long ball from Clare Heher intercepted by the Cork number 14, who's playing at the top of her own D. Caoimhe Kelly wearing 4. Brilliant cornerback play from her, picking up that ball, finding Chloe Murray. Thought to strike it the first time, does it the second time of asking. Zian Spillane is the target. It goes over her head though, and once again Cork will turn it over. Sigerson doing very, very well indeed to Olivia McCallan, taking that ball past Myrne Scanlon. Referee saw that she overcarried, and I tell you one thing, there's a couple of decisions here now, because you could clearly see that Myrne Scanlon came out, thought she had the hurley with a high enough challenge, thought it was a high enough challenge. She put up her hands to apologise, and suddenly she gets the free in her favour for the Cork woman overcarrying.
Yep. But listen,
from a Clare point of view,
from a Clare point of view, Derek, I'll take those. I'll take them all night long. So I will. You know, it's an opportunity here for Clare, so it is, to push 3 between the sides again. Lorna's going to take this one.
That's all it's about at this stage from a Clare point of view.
Thompson now is going to probably told by Mike Kelly to move back a little bit.
Just go score for score. That's all Clare have to do, particularly in this third quarter. Aisling Thompson should want to go back another 2 or 3 yards there. The referee is being told by Emer Kelly to tell her to shove back. Here comes the free from Lorna McNamara, driving it goalwards and putting it wide. I'm amazed he allowed that free to be taken. I mean, she was above and top of her when she struck it for a finish. But anyway, the puck out has been taken out here towards Saoirse McCarthy, being tracked by Scanlon. Does well to get the ball away down to Chloe Murray. Bats it first time. Brilliant take there then from Caoimhe Carmody to control it into her goal. Down the line it comes. Zian Spillane and Maeve Murphy. There was one holding the other, we'll put it that way. It's Zian that has the ball, turning into the tackle, tries to get the hand pass away, but Murphy is sticky as you like, gets the ball back to the ground. Emer Kelly comes in, picks that ball up, gets the hand pass away. Now she's pulled for overcarrying, and once again, what are you supposed to do when you're stood up like that? Emer Kelly got the ball away, but just before she did, pulled for overcarrying. A free out for Cork, but there's a real sense, Breed, intensity has lifted here.
Yeah, intensity has definitely lifted in comparison to the first half, and you can even hear it in the response of the crowd. So you can.
Ball breaking around the 45-metre line once again. Chloe Murray there, no nonsense, just tries to sweep it clear. Cork though picking up that break. Katie O'Mahony coming onto this. Niamh standing her up, gets the hand pass back as far as the aforementioned Aisling Thompson on the 65-metre line. Tries to spread the points of attack, go wide on the channels and try and take the sweeper out of it. That's exactly what she's done. It's Amy O'Connor picking it up. She has Caoimhe Kelly for pace. She's got Clare Heher for company now. She's inside both of them. Puts the ball towards the post, but puts it to the left-hand side and puts it wide. Brilliant defending from a Clare point of view. Clare Heher came out to stop them in, Caoimhe Kelly, and between the two of them breathed the first, the number 13, Amy O'Connor, to put the ball left and wide.
Yeah, absolutely superb pressure there from both Clare and from Caoimhe. You could see Amy was hell-bent on one thing and one thing only there, and the pressure from the two Clare backs absolutely put her off her stride and forced her to strike wide.
Free conceded again on the Clare 65-metre line. Cork just turning the screw a small bit now. There's certainly a more direct kind of an approach to them. You can see that the forward division, shall we say, a bit more populated than it had been maybe in the opening period. And the coach down here underneath us to our left-hand side directing operations as we watch the free to be taken on the far side of the field, picked up by Chloe Sigerson. Does well driving that ball goalwards. That is a fine strike of a ball as it drops straight over the bar. Big one from a Cork point of view. They move back now to within a single point of Clare. It's Clare 10, it's Cork 9, 39 played. Career-wise recruitment or commentary sponsors.
Yeah, Cork have come out and got the start, I suppose, that we wanted Clare to get, really. They've got those two opening scores and narrowed that gap down to make it a 1 point game. Clare need to get on the scoreboard here. They need to win possession and move forward and get on the scoreboard.
Cork very much dominant around that middle third area, none more so than Laura Hayes, who's still bounding clear up to the 21-metre line. She comes, but again, the barging
And this time,
the barging rule comes into play. This time it favours Clare, so we'll cut the conversation about it. It's a great rule, don't touch it. Free out for Clare on their own 45, but it's baffling. It really is. I know we're making light of it there.
I know it is, yeah, it is baffling and it can be confusing at times. And I suppose a few minutes ago, from a Clare point of view, we were outraged that it went against us. Now we're delighted. So, you know, it goes against you, it goes for you, and you take what you get and you drive on. 40
minutes on the clock. It's Clare by 1. That free taken by Clare Heher, dropping it down towards Emer Kelly, and Zian Spillane goes beyond all of them, and it comes out to Lorna McNamara, standing 45 yards out from the post and putting the ball over the bar, making it look so simple as she did, just waiting for the break to come, kick back into space to find herself the angle to take the shot, and puts it over the bar. It's Clare 11, it's Cork 9, 40 on the clock. That's Lorna's first from play. It's Clare's first of the second half, and one that was needed.
Yeah, long 20 minutes ahead of us. Cork going here now with the sharp puck out.
Anya Loughlin sent off in chase to try and turn Maeve Murphy around there, and does well to hold her up. Referee's having a good long look at this. Maeve has the ball back on the hurley, flicks it forward, does well to get it up outside here towards Cronin, turning into the challenge, getting the hand pass away. I don't know, was there much releasing of the hand to get the ball away there, but she picked it up anyway. Out comes Ciara Grogan. Saoirse McCarthy picks up that ball, gets away from 5 Clare players, goes to the ground, pull for over carrying. Free out for Clare. The Cork crowd below us here are absolutely incensed. There's a fella there with a party hat. You wouldn't see it at Christmas. He's absolutely raging. We won't mind whatsoever. It'll be a free out for Clare, hunting in packs, turning the ball over and winning the free.
But you know, isn't it great that there's so many here and that they're so involved in the game? Like, it's almost as if that free was given against him personally, so it is his reaction to it. Great to see such support from both sides here this evening.
Chloe Murray has the ball just beyond her own 45-metre line, striking it right down onto the opposite 21. Up they go for it. Up goes the hand of Anya Loughlin. Emer Kelly trying to pin on the break, but it's Cork who read it best and clear their lines from their own 21-metre. Up to Katie O'Mahony. Ball just goes over her head. Niamh O'Dea shortens up the grip and controls it. And now she tries to get moving. Has she taken too many steps? Referee has the hand up for advantage. It's going to be a free once again for Clare. Very perceptive there from Niamh Breed. You could see exactly what she did. She gambled on the ball, beating Katie O'Mahony. She was facing it as she ran onto it, controlled it, took her on and won her free.
Controlled it superbly and knew probably Niamh has been playing like for a long number of years in both codes and knew what she had to do there to win that free, won it, and ideal for Clare. An opportunity here now again. This is Chloe, I think, that's standing over this one,
Yep.
Derek. Yep.
Far side of the field, exactly in line with the centre marking, maybe 15 yards in from the far stand sideline, striking away to our left hand side. At the minute it's Clare 11, Cork 9, 42:30 on the clock. Here comes Chloe. It's a high trajectory on that one, but the accuracy in this occasion has just let her down, maybe just outside her comfort scoring zone, shall we call it, as the ball goes to the right and wide. It's still Clare by 2, 42.5 on the clock. Puck out taken once more right down here in front of us. Miriam Scanlon trying to come onto that, and I think that's a free, certainly well earned from Orla Cronin, because Susan Daly was holding her hurley. We could see that very, very clearly. Susan now down, just holding her hand around the elbow area perhaps. I think she might have just picked up a little bit of a knock there. Referee will stop the play. It'll be a free for Cork. It'll be taken by Chloe Sigerson, who is playing that free role at the back. Cork trailing by those 2 points, 43 minutes on the clock. And let's just check back in as we've a little bit of a stop and play. That game in the Leinster Hurling Championship at the moment, Westmeath versus Wexford in TEG Cusack Park, and it is just a point between the sides, would you believe. Wexford 10 points, Westmeath 1 goal and 6. So Wexford in a right old battle. Remember, they go to Nolan Park next week and probably needing to win to save their championship season, but if the result doesn't go for them this evening, they could be going there with nothing to play for at all. There's always a big turn in these championship games, and of course we'll be hoping for lots of twists and turns tomorrow in Cusack Park. Clare versus Limerick at 4 o'clock. What an outstanding day that is to look forward to. Wouldn't it be mighty to be going up there as junior and senior Camogie champions. Ball taken short, nice little 1-2 work there to get the ball back to Chloe Sigerson, playing it into the corner. Little perceptive hand in there from Miriam Scanlon, gets the ball back to the ground. Caoimhe Carmody goes in. Can she roll it up onto the hurley? The ruck develops. Niamh D is on her hands and knees as well. She's lying over the ball. Referee says that's going to be a free in. Yeah, she fell down on top of it. We certainly can't argue with that one. But good work from Miriam just to put off the Cork player from getting the initial clean possession, shall we call it. A free in for Cork, right hand side of the pitch. It'll be Amy O'Connor to take it, to put it back to a 1 point game again. We're almost midway through the second half. 44-21 is what the clock will tell us. Amy O'Connor has the free, about 30 yards out from the post, slightly to the right hand side. It should favour the right-handed striker of the ball, that she is taking her time with this one. A big score to keep Cork within that 1 point margin. Everybody's silent as she hits this one goalwards. It's dropping in dangerously, and it's dropped to the left, and it has dropped wide. Well, that was a real let-off from a Clare point of view as we watch Chloe Murray taking the short puck out, delivering it long, trying to get Anya Loughlin involved in the play. It's Linda Daly going back, working very, very hard outside on the far side of the field. Anya Loughlin comes in to win that ball. It goes out over the sideline. It'll be a line ball for Clare. These wides from a Cork point of view, Breed, certainly racking up. They've had some very, very scoreable chances going astray.
Yeah, they've had some very scoreable chances. Points that you'd expect to see Amy O'Connor or Orla Cronin, that you would expect that with their eyes closed, one hand tied behind the back, that they would put them over. They're so used to taking them and scoring them, but instead it's a let-off for Clare, as you say, that they haven't been able to convert these scoring opportunities.
Miriam Scanlon took that line ball short to Zian Spillane. She came under all sorts of pressure, gave it back once more to Lorna McNamara, cuts it inside to Caoimhe Carmody, dropping it in towards Anya O'Loughlin, but the ball goes all the way through to Amy Lee, who does well to clear her lines, and now Cork can get that running game going, but immediately Niamh D is out here at the middle of the park directing operations as Saoirse McCarthy comes and drops it down to this top of the right position. Ciara Grogan goes across, puts on the pressure, wins the line ball, and that is outstanding leadership from a Clare perspective. Really, we could see it. Niamh O'Dea left the 45 metre line. By the time she reached her own 45, she had 4 or 5 switches made to make sure the space was covered, and ultimately Ciara wins the line ball.
Ciara wins the line ball. You could see it. I was just thinking as Katrina and Ciara both ran on that ball, I know what's going to happen here. This is going to end up being a line ball to Clare, because she's going to shepherd both the ball and Katrina out over the line.
Stolen brilliantly there by Lorna McNamara, shortens up the grip, plays in Zian Spillane, but just can't control it first time as it goes away in behind her, and it's Chloe Sigerson who tidies things up for Cork. Maeve Murphy is the next up to take it on, up towards McCarthy it comes. She's forced to turn back around and try and go back central, playing it right the way across. Caoimhe Carmody thought about putting the hurley in, but decided to keep going and occupy the space instead. Laura Hayes puts it across for Izzy O'Regan, puts up the hand, can't win it first time. Aoife Kane can though, lovely little flick from her, totally taken out of it. That's going to be a free for Clare. Outstanding stuff from Aoife Kane. Every single hour of experience she has in the Camogie field evident there. She's got plenty of them, Breed. What brilliant play.
Yeah, superb play there, but as you say, taken out of it, and unfortunately it appears to be the Cork player who comes off the worst there, and that clash of bodies. I think it's Aisling, yeah, it is Aisling Thompson. Those discernible boots, you know her lying down or standing up on the pitch. But yeah, superb work there from Aoife Keane. The way she has won that vital free there for Clare, an opportunity for them to drop it in and do something with it up there.
And crucially, Breed, with 47 and a half on the clock, Clare led by 3 at the break. They're still leading by 2 now. Hopefully if this free goes over, you know, it'll be back to that 3 points. We spoke about not letting Cork get a run on Clare, and now moving into those final 10 minutes when things could get a small bit tetchy, at least there's no sign from a Clare perspective that they're wilting.
No, there's no sign whatsoever. They're fresh. They're still fresh, so they are. Credit to Cork, they're fresh as well, but I think they've come off maybe some of the worst in this game in terms of the attacks.
Chloe Murray free is going to drop short. Anya Loughlin's hand goes up, and Amy Lee was very, very alert inside the Cork goal. Her clear out has been blocked down though by Niamh O'Dea. It'll be a line ball for Cork back on their own 21 metre line. We praise Dearden Murphy for her alertness there. Same applies to Amy Lee.
Yeah, superb. 2 goalies here this evening, and they're absolutely, for their counties, they have been superb. Not just this evening, but throughout this campaign and throughout their league.
The Munster Cup is here in front of us in the Ard corner of Páirc Rinn. It's currently sitting on a stool about 4 steps down from where we are, with the red and white ribbons on one side, the saffron and blue on the other. What will remain when the Munster executive people come to present that trophy? We'll just have to wait and see. Niamh O'Dea and Clare Hare, the joint Clare captains. Substitution on for Cork. I'll let you track that one, Breed, as we watch the line ball to be taken down here in front of us, right on Cork's own 21 metre line. Great pressure being put on. Playing it up here, Lorna McNamara put in the challenge, that's well tidied up. Cork driving clear down this right hand challenge. It's Maeve Cahalan, shortens up the grip. Ciara Grogan looks to be out in front for this one, just goes in behind her though. I thought there was a push in the back. Referee happy enough to let the play continue. Katrina Mackey has the ball, being shepherded back around by Niamh O'Dea, puts it back into the centre, out to the 45 metre line it comes. Ball is going to be dropped in there. It's a fine looking strike, but Darren Murphy, as ever, inside under her own crossbar, is solid as a rock. Clare Hare comes out. Niamh O'Dea tells her go long. She goes about 15 yards out to Emer Kelly, who's tracking back with number 13 on her shirt. Lovely perceptive ball out here to Caoimhe Carmody on her own 65 metre line. Muireann Scanlon is ahead of her. Instead, Zian Spillane is the target. She controls it first time, gets it back to the ground, scoops it up, hits off her knee. She picks it up at the 3rd time of asking, turns inside the challenges, shapes to shoot, drops it in. Anya Loughlin is the target. Up goes that left paw. Can she get it into her possession? Down on her hands and knees, scoops it up, and she has it. The Cork players converge around her. She wins her free. Anya O'Loughlin, brilliant from a Clare point of view, right inside in the top of the D. All about the hard work rate outside here though, Breed, of Zian Spillane. Looked up, realised the shot wasn't on, saw Anya's angled run, and she did the rest.
I think it was when we were in Thurles. Derek, you refer to her as being the smallest woman on the pitch, all 4'10" of her. She told me to correct you that she is more than that, but her work rate for such a tiny player, so petite, so small, and the work rate she's putting in and the punishment she's taking out there and paying dividends.
It is, because Lorna McNamara has slotted that free for Clare. It's her second point of this second period. It's also a second for Clare. 50 minutes on the clock in this Munster Senior Camogie final. It's Clare by 3, 12 points to 9. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors. Joe's holiday outside in the Algarve might be extended. He'll be so delighted that Clare might be crowned Munster champions. We won't say it just yet until that final whistle goes, but this could be a momentous evening here on the Boreen Manor Road in Cork City. Clare leading by 3, 51 on the clock. A line ball to be taken on the far side of the field by Aoife Keane in the shadow of the Cork dugout. The management team led by Matthew Toomey over on the far side of the field. Here comes Keane, strikes it Kitog down along the line looking for Emer Kelly. The ball goes out over the line. It'll be a line ball for Clare. They won't mind this one little bit, Breed, because it's all just breaking the momentum.
It's breaking the momentum, and it's if you like, running down the clock as well to a certain degree.
So there was, just explain there, line ball taken. Emer Kelly adjudged to have been just a little bit too close perhaps. No, she actually didn't take the line ball from where she was supposed to. It was about 15 inches, I'd say, further back, but Anne-Marie McGann was roaring for it over on the far side of the field, and she got her wish. The line ball has been taken this time. Cork retained the possession, spreading the ball to this near side to Orla Cronin. Muireann Scanlon comes down on top of her. Caoimhe Carmody I thought about it as well, but Cronin has the ball on the hurley, heading for the 45-metre line, gets the hand pass away in towards Katrina Mackey, a point for her in the first half. Niamh O'Dea hasn't left her side here in the second. Izzy O'Regan pinging it through. McCarthy has the ball for Cork, turning and twisting around, but can't find anybody other than Lorna McNamara. She finds Niamh O'Dea, 2 side steps within a 3-yard radius. She's hooked there, ball goes back to the ground. Did she pick it up? It's still there to be won. Trying desperately on her hands and knees to try and pick this up. Referee's having a right good look at it. Emer Kelly comes away with it, sells the dummy, taken out of it, and the referee will give it free to Clare. He'll have a little chat with Saoirse McCarthy as well. Work rate, Breed. I hate repeating myself, but with 7 minutes to go, the Clare effort is as immense as it was in the first 7.
Yeah, it just looks like we're still in the opening 5 minutes with the way the work rate they're putting in. They don't look in any way phased.
Just to explain why the roar went up slightly from the crowd there. The referee went on giving a yellow card to Saoirse McCarthy, but the red one appeared briefly outside of the pocket first, and they thought it was coming. It was a mistake. He just picked the wrong one, that's all. So a yellow card for Saoirse McCarthy, but they were ready to breach the fence there, I'm afraid, if he pulled out the other one. So it's a free for Clare. It'll be Chloe Morey on her own 65-metre line. The last 2 have gone slightly astray. Let's see, can the 6 Mile Bridge sharpshooter change that? It's 7:10 of a Saturday evening, 7 minutes to go in the Munster Camogie final. It's Clare by 3 at the moment. Can Chloe Morey change that? Dropping it high in towards the post. Sonia Loughlin is inside underneath it. Ball breaks down though, and coming back to win it is Katrina Mackey on her own 21-metre line. Zian Spillane heads off trying to pursue her, but Mackey's bouncing clear. She's up to the 45, gives the hand pass across. Cork desperately in need now of getting these next couple of scores. That ball is only going to be controlled though by Aoife Keane, does well to break it down. Orla Cronin's inside looking for it. Niamh O'Dea trying to kick it clear. Mackey goes in to try and pick it up as well. McCarthy's outside there. Everybody just fighting desperately for this ball. Fiona Keating does well to bring it out of the ruck, and now Cork look to get moving through Katrina Mackey, and she has been judged for whoever carried the ball, as Clare have made a substitution. Alana Ryan is actually in. It's going to be a free out for Clare, and well, that breaching of the fence I spoke about could happen a little bit sooner than we thought. Alana Ryan in for Clare. Her first thing to do, Breed, is win a crucial free. 6 to go. It's still Clare by 3.
Yeah, it's still Clare by 3. Alana being introduced there now. I think this one is a huge free for Clare. As you said, 3 points in it. We've watched just over maybe 5 minutes of normal time remaining, whatever injury time is added on. Cork are finding it so hard to get past Clare here this evening. Clare are fighting, battling, like Trojans all over the pitch.
Chloe Morey with the free. Once again it breaks down around the 21-metre line, and once again Cork have the bodies and the numbers back there as Laura Hayes picks up that ball, but she's forced to go all the way across to her goalkeeper Amy Lee, who thankfully from her point of view was in splendid isolation and was able to pick that ball up and spread it here to the far side of the field to Saoirse McCarthy. She goes long. Chloe Morey's inside underneath this breaking ball, comes out, snaps it down into her paw, and off she jumps to the 45-metre line. Off her shoulder there, that's Ciara Grogan with the blue helmet. Looks up, tries to deliver it along. The Clooney Quinn clubwoman though blocked down, and now Cork might have the numbers over. Alana Ryan does well to turn back Fiona Keating. Ball over the top. Clare Heher almost got the stick to it. It is Amy O'Connor with the tightest of angles. She puts the ball straight between the posts and over the bar. It's back to 2 with 5 minutes to go. A situation that Clare look to be in control of has handed a point back to Cork. It's Clare 12, it's Cork 10, 4.5 left plus injury time.
Yeah, very loose there in the backs from Clare, which allowed Amy O'Connor back into the game and gave her the opportunity to split the post and narrow the deficit to 2, leading in, as you say, to the closing minutes.
And there's a free being conceded, and it's going Cork's way, so the momentum now just starting to turn. How often do we see games turning on the tightest of margins? 10 years ago it was Clare 13, it was Cork 11. Right now with 4 minutes to go, it's Clare 12, Cork 10. They say history doesn't repeat itself. It could here this evening. This ball is dropping long, it's dropping high, and it's dropping wide. It goes to the left and it goes wide. 56 minutes on the clock. We are talking about this next score in this game being so crucial. Niamh O'Dea is down to receive a little bit of treatment. I just see her grabbing the back there. We know that's where the injury occurred last week against Tipperary. Obviously there's the All-Ireland series to think about next week as well. That game against Tip down on the Rag. There's Cork to come again in 2 weeks' time. That game currently penciled in for Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Hopefully it stays there, and well, that's, I suppose, it's the Titan calendar, isn't it, Breed? Like, it's such an effort. We speak on one, we spoke at half time. Maybe the 2 games against Tip helped build confidence and momentum, but at the same time, this evening, these 56 minutes, has taken a monumental effort.
It has. I think the past 3 weeks for the Clare team especially have been huge. The toll it has been on their bodies, whereas Cork got over Waterford in their semi-final, and they've had those extra couple of weeks coming into the game. Their bodies are better rested coming into it than Clare were. It's huge for Clare, but we see that Niamh's back up on her feet.
Hopefully just eating up a few minutes, and John Carmody, Conor Dolan, they're all inside just barking out the final instructions. A huge 3+ additional time to go for Clare here as they lead this Munster final by 2 points. Well, wouldn't it be marvellous to come to Páirc Rinn and raid and pick Cork's pocket in their own backyard? Cork are making or is it Clare that's making a substitution at the moment? Let's just see. Merton Scanlon wasn't overly eager to leave the field. You wouldn't blame her. Greta Hickey from Whitegate, she's into the team for these closing couple of minutes. 57:45 on the clock. I'd say we'll be hitting 63 or 4. Been a couple of stoppages here now just in these last couple of minutes. But again, from a Clare point of view, the next score so crucial. Puck out, goes short, out to the far side of the field to Ciara Grogan, into Clare Herr. Clare now trying to build up towards her 45-metre line, stands back and belts it with the Kitog down this near side of the field. Fantastic paw up there from Lorna McNamara in trying to win the break with Zian Spillane. Referee adjudged that she fouled. It'll be a free for Cork. It'll be taken between the 65 and 45-metre line at their own side of the field, and the referee advancing it just for a little bit of after, shall we say. Now it's on Cork's own 65-metre line. You can hear the crowd behind us. They're getting excited because there's 90 seconds of normal time to play, and Cork trail by 2. It's the kitchen sink time. In they go. Chloe Morey is the plumber. She stops it. The ball is still there with Cork though, trying to turn it back to Amy O'Connor, striking off her left-hand side and putting it over the bar. The last 2 points of the game have come from the Cork corner forward, and it has cut it back to a 1-point game. It's Clare 12, it's Cork 11. The clock will tell us 58-50. Our commentary sponsors, Career-Wise Recruitment, Joe Robbins and all the crew. Puck out for Darren Murphy inside the Clare goal. Everybody now anxiously waiting. We're not going to hear the additional time. Maybe that'll just add to the drama. Puck out is taken down the far side of the field. The light begins to fade, but the battle is certainly still outside there with Caoimhe Carmody. Back to Emer Kelly, takes the 4 steps, then puts the ball on the hurley. Breaks through the challenge. Little bit of space outside here immediately now for Greta Hickey. Challenge coming in on her there, gets it out once more. Out the far side of the field it comes, and Cork nip in. Brilliant from Aisling Thompson. Gets the ball back to the ground, but Clare again converge in numbers back there. Referee again has judged it's going to be a free for Cork. I think we might try and get the stats on we might try and get the free stats in the second half, because Cork seem to have just the rub of the green with everything. Derek Dormer is going to toss up here underneath us. We'll get that back as we watch the free. 12-6. There you go, double scores on the frees in the second half. Free to be taken for Cork. We've said that 12 times. Back it comes, dropping down in towards the 45-metre line. Chloe Morey puts up the hand, brings the ball down and pings it out to Caoimhe Carmody. Puts the ball back on the stick and delivers it crossfield to Anya O'Loughlin. Can't take it first time. Saoirse McCarthy comes in, picks that ball up, gets the hand pass away to Maeve Cahalan. Driving forward, Cork in search of the equalising score. Gets the hand pass. She threw that ball. But if the referee didn't give it, I was going to grind and take it off him, because it was as clear as day from here. She threw that ball right between the 45 and 65, breaking up that attack. But Clare need a score, Brie, because every time Cork now, they're finding overlaps there. They're starting to get that big confidence.
Yeah, and I suppose I think the clock has gone over the 60 here, so it has. So we are into injury time here now. Clare need to do something in terms of the scoreboard. They need to get a point here, because then it's forcing Cork that they need a goal to take the win. I'm almost afraid to say it in case I jinx anyone.
The last couple of frees from Chloe Morey have dropped short, and Cork have cleared the resulting break. Let's see what will happen with this one. Niamh Dees inside around the danger zone. It goes to the 21-metre line. Nobody can pick this ball up just yet. Zian Spillane has her back bent inside, trying to get down low, trying to pick that ball up. The referee has seen enough. He's going to throw it in at the 21. It looks as if Clare Breed have put Niamh Dees inside to the top of the square, just in an effort maybe to try something different in these closing stages. 61-17 is what the clock will tell us. The ball is thrown in on the Cork 21-metre line. Who's going to win this ruck ball again inside? Zian Spillane looks as if she might have her hand on it. Was there a hand on the back? Referee happy enough to let the play continue. Cork kick it clear. It's Laura Hayes bringing it out towards her own 45-metre line. Down along the far side of the field it goes. She can't hold on to it. It'll be a line ball for Clare, and it's getting now to the point of the game where every little win like that is something that you'll try to build on. It's only a line ball, Breed, but it's where the final whistle went.
I swear to God, yeah, you'd think that it was the final whistle because Clare, they're so close and yet so far at the same time. Hunting in packs to try and find that insurance score.
Alana Ryan took the line ball, kind of half lost her footing as she did, and Cork were able to turn it over, but again Clare swarm in on top of them on the 65 metre line, no more than 3 yards in from the sideline, and the referee and the linesman initially put his flag up for a Clare ball, then he changed his mind because, well, he did. I won't speculate as to why he did. But anyway, the line ball is to be taken. It's Cork that will take it. It's Clare by 1 point. The ball is spread out here to the far side of the field. The clock will tell us 62-25. Katie O'Mahony, Cronin is dancing clear. Met there outside by Ciara Grogan. Has to spin back around. Holding on to that ball. It is Saoirse McCarthy with the strike. Saoirse McCarthy has put the ball to the left-hand side, and she has put it wide. There is a siege of Ennis being danced here in the commentary box, I can tell you, by a woman from Rouen. A woman from Clarecastle has the ball inside the Clare goal. Takes the puck out. Zian Spillane. Brilliant take from Zian Spillane. Turns and drives it in towards Niamh O'D. Up goes the hand. Breaking it down. O'D sweeps back around. Turning and twisting. Can she get this ball away? Holding onto it. Plays it back towards Aoife Keane. Aoife is in all sorts of space. Flicks it into the centre. It would be fitting if this woman got the final score of the game. Lorna McNamara dropping it in, but it's only into the arms of Amy Lee. The referee has not blown the full-time whistle yet, and we've played 63 minutes. Cork have won that ball. A brilliant tackle inside there from Alana Ryan. The referee has given a free. He's given a free to Cork on the 65 metre line. 63 and a half on the clock. Clare lead by 1, 12 points to 11. I'll tell you something, Dan Brown wouldn't come up with a thriller like this.
Oh, stop. Neither would Agatha Christie. No, absolute superb there from Clare in the closing minutes. And, this free here now, it's a fair distance out. And it looks like it's Chloe Sigerson that's standing over it. I don't know. My nerves are
I don't know if I sit or stand for these last couple of minutes, but anyway, 64 minutes on the clock. It's Clare 12, it's Cork 11. We're in Páirc, Rinn on a Saturday evening. 7:20 is the time. It's 64 minutes on the clock. It's a free for Cork. It's to be taken by Chloe Sigerson. It's dropping over the bar. When the pressure came on, Chloe Sigerson delivered. That's an outstanding score from just behind the 65 metre line. The puck out is taken. Darren Murphy hits it out. We are off to extra time. I feel like this is just Groundhog Day. I've said that how many times in the last week or so. It's extra time in the Munster Senior Camogie final. It's level pegging. It's the perfect dozen apiece. 12 points each. 64-44. The clock will tell us.
Absolute. No, credit Chloe Sigerson. Superb. Talk about a pressure free there to force this game into extra time. And, both sides, they've given it their all out there, so they have. And now we're going to 2 minutes. I think it's 2 periods of 10 minutes we're going to have. Yeah. And I don't want to even think about what comes after that.
I don't either. I know it's not penalties, but I'm not too hectic about what's coming either. But anyway, that's how things stand. It's 12 points apiece here in Páirc. You're in. Both sides have decamped to their respective sides. extra time, and unfortunately, Reid, I'm not spotting the yellow helmet of Niamh O'Dea, so I suppose that injury has ultimately taken its toll on her. Clare Heher, who is the other joint captain, of course, she is strutting out to do the coin toss here with the officials in front of us. Still no sign of Cork re-emerging.
Yeah, we see Clare or Niamh taking her seat there in the sub dugout across the way, and she will like her work rate there throughout the 60 minutes, Derek. As you said, it was absolutely immense. She made play, she won play, she was superb all over the field, so she was. We saw her winning ball back in the Clare defence. We saw her driving up into the forwards and setting up colleagues for scores.
I hope Derek Dormer isn't expecting much conversation on the way home, because I don't know, can my throat hold up much more of this? 12 points apiece as it is. Clare just sweet corner pear. Breed, if you brought me sweets that were kind of lemony flavour or strawberry or something, but pear is what she's after bringing me. Now, in fairness, she did bring lovely Jaffa cakes and sandwiches and jellies as well, but they're long gone. So Clare just in their huddle outside here now, and I suppose, look at.
I know you said during the week there was going to be a long evening. I don't think you were factoring this in.
No,
Derek.
not at all. Not at all. Cork coming back out for the second half. I think Clare will take great belief, Breed, from what they've achieved here so far.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the fatigue and all that sort of stuff, but I think belief now, from a Clare point of view, is nearly, in a lot of ways, maybe, okay, the silverware would be lovely and all that sort of stuff, but I think Clare have now got, at this stage, what they came here to Páirc Rinn for, a right good test against Cork, a real idea of where they are heading into the championship, and maybe now this extra time period is a bonus shot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, and we've said it a couple of times, that the talk during the week was that, like, Clare were going to come down and fight for this, but, like, everyone seemed to be of the opinion that for Cork, the cup was going home with them once the 60 minutes, once the full-time whistle sounded. That hasn't been the case. Clare have stood up and been accounted for here this evening. They've battled that over the pitch, so they have.
Orla Cronin first to get Cork back on the attack, but Aoife Keane first to repel that, gets the hand pass away to Emer Kelly. She's moved out to midfield for this extra time. Driving the ball into the corner, looking there for Greta Hickey. Maeve Callahan gets the ball back to the ground. The free has been given to Cork once again, and the referee having a little chat with Greta. I don't think she did anything major, though.
I didn't see anything major down there now, but she's taken her number anyway.
He may leave the cards in the pocket now, because he brought out the wrong one the last time. No, she gets a yellow card. It's fairly innocuous enough now, to be fair. At times, referee a bit of common sense maybe, but anyway, the free will be taken by Amy Lee, just shy of her own 45-metre line. Tried to pick it up, now she can't get at it the first time. She's shielding there from the ball. She's shielding her from the ball. How the referee allowed that to accrue is beyond me. But anyway, Anya Loughlin couldn't pick up the ball. She was shielded from it. Libby Coppinger came in to pick it up, but Cork not being allowed past their own 45. Now they are out to Ciara O'Sullivan, dancing forward between the two 65-metre lines. Up she goes. The hook comes in from Daly, half a hook as it was. Up goes the stick from Chloe Murray. Alana Ryan goes back, bends her back and picks it up, trying to drive out past Chloe Sigerson on this occasion. Ball comes back to the ground. Referee says that's going to be a free. It'll be a free for Clare, just between their own 65 and 45-metre line, far side of the pitch. But from a rules point of view, we go back to that one there. Clear to see that the goalkeeper put her body between Anya Loughlin and the ball. I didn't think that was allowed.
I didn't think it was either. But the way she shielded it, like, I wouldn't have expected her to fluff it in the first place, if you like, and then to shield it to prevent Anya Loughlin winning possession. I questioned that one.
Questions, and we'll wait and see how things will transpire though, because Cork will turn that ball over again, driving it down. Up goes the gloved hand of Alana Ryan, and down comes the ball inside it. Looks up and tries to deliver it back into the centre, in towards that danger zone. Coming together there, a couple of players. Referee is just going to have a quick look at this. Was it Aoife Keane or Susan Daly?
I think it's
Susan. Susan was wearing the green helmet, I
yeah.
Susan Daly just on the 45-metre line. The attacking 45-metre line as it is, just a coming together of bodies, nothing malicious or anything like that in it, and she'll just receive a small bit of attention. And 2.5 minutes gone here in the extra time period, still no score. It's Clare 12, it is Cork 12. From a Clare perspective, 8 of those 12 points have come from Lorna McNamara. The rest of them, Chloe Murray, Linda Daly, Emer Kelly and up Clare's perfect dozen here in Páirc Rinn. The helmet's coming off from Linda, so she's just a small bit winded, just putting the hand up to the nose. Don't think there's any blood. The referee would have spotted that immediately, so just breaking up the play again. I don't know, Breed, did the Munster Camogie budget having to turn the lights on here this evening?
I don't think that was factored in, but we'd expect to have daylight until at least 9. I just sincerely hope we're not still here in Derrick at 9, because it's a long evening, so it is. And I feel for those girls, for both sets of players, they have put in a massive, huge opening 60 minutes, and they're gone to the well here now. In terms of this additional time. Yeah, they certainly are. Referee, thankfully, has seen Linda Daly back up onto her feet, or Susan Daly back up onto her feet. The ball has been thrown in, and the referee has this time blown a free for Cork. Again, on their own 45-metre line. It'll be taken quickly. It'll be taken by Laura Hayes, dropping it down towards the 65. A good hefty challenge coming in there by Aoife Keane on Orla Cronin. I thought, again, we talk about physicality in Camogie. I thought it was an honest to God coming together, two players going full-blooded for the ball. Orla coming out the worst of it. Yeah, the referee not having a chat with Aoife. It was a free maybe, but certainly maybe no more than that. No, I don't. Once again, the treatment coming on, and it's all just breaking it up. Like neither team able to. We're almost halfway through the first period of extra time, Breed, but I'd say the ball has been in play for about half of that again. Yeah, about half of that. Like both teams given their all. There was nothing malicious in that, no more than there was nothing malicious here above earlier, where we saw Lorna even attention. Linda getting receiving attention, but the bodies are tired out there, and I think you can see that now when the players are going down. They need those few extra seconds to recover, but you can see it all over the field. The bodies are getting tired. It's dramatic in the FA Cup final in the penalty shootout. I think Liverpool have a chance to win it, and we'll keep an eye on that at the moment. And of course those other games going on as well in the hurling championship this evening. Second half back underway, and Wexford have started strongly with the first 3 scores to lead by 15 points to 1-9 against Westmeath. Tip and Limerick in the football. Let's check in there on that one. It's 1-3 to 5 points. Limerick leading there, and Dublin Kilkenny, that was the one we couldn't find a couple of minutes ago when we were looking for it. Added time in the opening half, it's Kilkenny 1-10, it's Dublin 11 points. Martin Keoghan with the goal for Brian Cody's side there. So some big results coming in right across the afternoon. Orla Cronin still receiving attention down here underneath us. Hopefully she'll be back up onto her feet as the next minute or so goes on. And Liverpool have won the FA Cup. Timiscus with the winning penalty in the shootout there. So Liverpool crowned FA Cup champions, and of course the Champions League final to look forward to as well in a couple of days' time. Free will be taken outside here for Cork by Chloe Sigerson. She's the one that brought us to the extra time period. She's just beyond the 45-metre line, striking into the goal away to our left-hand side. It's 12 points apiece at the minute, only 6 minutes gone in the first period of extra time, and that free has landed straight between the posts, and it goes over the bar. So Cork edge back out into the lead, 13 points to 12. 6 gone in the opening period of the additional time, but we will have plenty more than that after that lengthy stoppage there for the treatment to come on for Orla Cronin. Clare trying to walk the puck out short. Ciara Grogan does well to snap it up at the second time of asking. In towards Emer Kelly, breaks away from the challenges. Did she take a lot of steps there? The referee was looking right at it. The ball has been turned over. It's now Cork with all the momentum built up. Ciara O'Sullivan bearing down on the goal, trying to make the angle for the shot, slips it off outside. Mackey with the strike, and Mackey with the point, and in the blink of an eye Cork have gone out into a 2-point lead. A tired kind of an attempt from Clare to clear their lines. Cork stretched that lead 14 points to 12. 7 gone, first period of extra time. Yeah, Cork have stretched that lead, and Mackey over the bar. I actually thought she was going to go aim at the goal there. I don't know, was it the way she mishit it, because had she put that in the back of the net, it would have been game over, I think, at this point, because it would be very hard for Clare to come back from that. A couple of little handling errors from Clare, just tired sort of moves at the minute now, as this effort is maybe just starting to begin to take its toll, and Cork are certainly now starting to put on the burners. Once again, they've turned over that attempted Clare attack, bringing the ball clear. The hand pass off into space. Aoife Keane did brilliantly to put up the hurley there and turn that over back to Lorna McNamara. Emer Kelly stands and strikes in towards the clubmate Anya O'Loughlin, puts out the hand, wins it first time, turns, strikes, puts it over the shoulder and puts it over the bar. That's a brilliant score. Maiden troops on Lara. Kelly to O'Loughlin, won the ball, turned and struck. It's back to 1. It's Cork 14, Clare 13, 7 gone. Yep, superb there from Anya. Emer picked her out, Anya out in front of Libby Coppinger there to win that clean possession, turn and put it over the bar, and like you say, narrow the gap to 1.
Alana Ryan, laser-like with that paw going up in the sky to win the ball and wins the break as well, takes it into contact, gets the hand pass away, out towards Caoimhe Carmody. Coming off her shoulder is Emer Kelly, but that's brilliant from Cork. Really good to turn that ball over, and now Mackey has the ball on the 65-metre line, dancing up towards the 45. Chloe Murray came out to interview her, dancing into space now is Saoirse McCarthy, bearing down on goal. Aoife Keane got the ball away from her, and she dives in at the second one, and Chloe Murray tidies it up, but she's hooped. She should have seen the challenge coming. Cork get the ball back to the ground, back to McCarthy again, standing on the 45-metre line, swinging the ball goalwards and dropping it out for a 45. It was actually Ashton Thompson with that shot from the 45-metre line. It was a scrobby one that Deirdre Murphy did very, very well to deal with. It could have easily crept in. She defended her goal, put it out to the right-hand side for a 45-metre free, but Cork Breed looking very, very dangerous here.
Yeah, Cork looked the more dangerous in this first period of extra time, so they do, Derek. They seem to be winning possession. They seem to be, I don't know, they don't seem to be as tired as Clare. Clare do, it looks like Clare are feeling the opening 60 minutes now in their bodies.
The runners are on the field for both sides here. Remember, the Mayor Forner roll still there for Camogie as that ball has been dropped over the bar by Chloe Sigerson. Cork restored that 2-point cushion, a 45-metre free. 9:20 on the clock. We'll be going towards 12 or 13, I'd imagine. It's Cork by 2. It's Cork 15 points. Clare 13. Delivery long again down towards Anya Loughlin. Was her hurley being held? Referee not interested. She goes in to win the challenge at the first time of asking. But Cork standing very, very firm indeed and back. Picking up that ball on the 45-metre line now, driving forward, scooping it up into the direction of Orla Cronin. Who's going to win this ball? Out comes Chloe Murray. It's a 2 versus 1, and it's Cork that have the ball with Amy O'Connor, but she has got pace to burn, and she's doing just that. Down to the 21-metre line she comes. Still she goes through, takes the shot, and does she split the post? Does she what? That is a fine score from Amy O'Connor. It's her first in extra time. It's her 7th in total. I make it 10 minutes gone in this first period of additional time. Cork lead by 3.
Yeah, the speed, the turn of her, and the speed to get around, get past Chloe Murray, get in there and give Cork, as you say, that 3-point cushion now.
It's the biggest lead Cork have had in this game. Clare have to fight back, and they're doing just that through Lorna McNamara. Back to Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly from the 65-metre line, dropping that one goalwards. And it's gone over the bar. That's an outstanding score. The way the umpire was running, I thought he'd no notion of going for the flag. It's gone between the posts. She just stood back, Breed, as they say in TG Cahir, Uskal Sheena Gooley, and straight over the bar.
Absolute superb there from Emer Kelly, and just what Clare needed. 2 points there of a gap now. That's what Clare need as we approach the half-time break in extra time.
Ball goes long. Aoife Keane reads it on the 45-metre line, takes it into contact with Katrina Mackey. Alana Ryan is next up to bring it forward, up towards the 65-metre line. She comes, looks up. Who can she deliver it to? She looks for Susan Daly, but that's well won there by Cork. That's outstanding defending, you have to say, from the Rebelettes here in Páirc. You're in, and just Laura Hayes anxious enough to get on with things. Daly trying to stop her doing that, telling her to shove back and take the free where it was from, and she does that. Now they'll take their time with this one, of course. Greta Hickey just asking who's going to hit this free, lads. The ball is standing there. They're bringing out the goalkeeper. Amy Lee is coming up to hit it. You'd be hoping the referee will add on all this time. 11 and a half minutes gone. Cork 16, Clare 14. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors here this evening. Amy Lee with the free for Cork, starting to flood that square inside. She's looking to go direct and looking to go long. Bit of communication needed here now to try and win this break from a Clare point of view. It's Aisling Thompson coming on to it, hockey-like back to Chloe Sigerson, turning and sweeping and striking and putting it over the bar. She has put on an exhibition here in these last 20 minutes or so of this contest. It's 17 points to 14. It's Cork leading by 3, showing all their experience there.
Yeah, and Chloe, she kind of set the tone from the very start of additional time with that opening point, and she has closed the opening period of additional time with a point as well. It's Cork who have come out stronger in this period, so it is Derek, and I think they're going to have a lot of work to do in the second period of extra time if they want to take home the Munster Senior Cup.
You'd be slightly concerned just that a couple of the Cork scores came from what looked like, tired kind of play from the Clare perspective, which is, it's understandable with the effort they've put in here this evening.
Yeah, it is understandable. Like, they've put in an absolute huge effort, and as yourself and Derek were saying earlier, it was talked of coming down here in in hope and so forth earlier in the week. But you know, the girls have put on a performance from 1 to 15. The subs that have come in there, Lana Ryan and Greta Hickey, and now Aoife Power as well, they have put in so much effort all over the field. They've gone toe to toe with the All-Ireland finalists and with the reigning Munster champions. And yeah, the scoreline might be slightly against them now, but you know, they haven't come up short in terms of focus, in terms of determination, and in terms of physicality.
And of course, remember, playing without one of their absolutely key players for extra time, without Niamh O'Dea, you know, not making excuses, but it is a factor, obviously. She was very, very influential in what Clare were trying to do there.
She was, she was huge for Clare in the opening game, the opening half and the second half of this game. She set up so many plays which returned scores for Clare. And her loss here, I think we are seeing it, that she is a loss here in this additional time. But like, not to take from Cork either, they have been extremely dominant here in this additional period. So they have, I think Chloe Sigerson is leading them. Thompson is getting in there for the breaks as well. And, you know, likewise, Katrina Mackey. And I think we did get a bit of a let-off there earlier when Mackey went for the point instead of the goal.
And you have to credit Aisling Thompson as well, you know, that kind of hockey-style flick that she gave back to Sigerson for the last point. A less experienced player might have panicked and, you know, taken 2 or 3 jabs at it and maybe ended up 5 or 10 yards closer to the corner flag, you know. So that was really, really good play from her as we watch both sides just breaking up from their respective huddles. A huge 10 minutes ahead here in Páirc Rinn to decide the destination of the 2022 Munster Senior Camogie title. Clare's last win, as we told you, came 10 years ago when John Carmody was the manager back in 2012. He's outside again with the Bonish Door bib, the accountant from Kilmaley over on the far side. I say Kilmaley, he's more a Connolly man, he told it himself as well, and not too far outside the village there at all. As Cork break, and we can hear the crowd now rising here underneath it. Your man who's done away with the hat, but my God, the enthusiasm hasn't left him anyway, I can say that.
No, it definitely doesn't. And someone who is, I suppose, Clare and Cork have met many a time over the last 10 years. And I can tell you that fella is at every Cork Camogie match. He'd lose the sombrero through excitement in the game, but he's one of their staunch supporters. Yeah,
great to see it, of course. And will his team be rewarded with a Munster title? We'll tell you that in roughly 10 minutes' time. And Niamh O'Dea is back onto the field, Reid, would you believe? She was not going to go down without a fight, and she'll do just that, Chloe. And the first thing she does is she wins a free for Chloe Murray, dead smack bang in the middle of the park, striking away to the left-hand side. Remember, Cork 17 points, Clare 14. 10-20 is what the clock will tell us. It needs to get to 20-0-0. Murray with the strike high towards the post. Everybody's watching as it drops over the bar. You thought it dropped into the net, Breed. You got awful excited there for a second. It went over the bar from Chloe Murray. It's her second free of the evening, her first in the additional time period. It's back to 2. It was dipping dangerously, there's no doubt about that. 17-15, that's exactly what Clare needed.
Yeah, Clare definitely needed that. And you know, win this puck out now, win this possession and drive forward again. And you know, we can turn it around, but it's going to take a huge amount of work.
And Niamh O'Dea is trying to do just that, shortens up the grip, controls it back to Chloe Murray, who looks to drive it long, does just that, right down into the danger zone. Up goes the stick outside. Anya Loughlin trying to come onto that break. Greta Hickey, the one that broke it down, but that's brilliant play from Libby Coppinger to clear her lines. In comes the tackle though. Brilliant from Lorna McNamara. Anya Loughlin with the strike. Maybe that's not the right option, as the ball has dropped short into the arms of Amy Lee, and she can ping it out this near side of the field to Saoirse McCarthy. Ball on the stick. Zian Spillane is after her, but McCarthy is losing her with every stride. Looks up, puts it right down into the corner. Up goes the stick there of Orla Cronin. A point for her already in this game. Looks to change the point of attack into the danger zone. Up they go for it. The ball is flicked through. Darren Murphy, brave as a lion, wins that ball, wins her free. Referee will allow her to clear her lines. I'd say she knew exactly what she was doing, Breed, with brilliant control from her inside the goal. Looked for the contact, knew the free would come, and keeps her net intact once more.
Keeps her net intact, exactly. Superb. The bravery of Darren inside those goals is absolutely superb, and we've been watching it all year.
Off we go. Lorna McNamara has read that break brilliantly, turning inside, and Olivia McCallan is after her, forces her back around into Zian Spillane, takes it from the clouds and puts it over the bar. We're back to a 1-point game. The long free from Chloe Murray. Such perception from Lorna McNamara to just duck inside into Zian Spillane, her second point of the evening. It's Cork 17, it's Clare 16, 2.5 gone in the second period of extra time.
one-point game, Derek. It's a one-point game. It's going to make for a very tense 8 minutes in front of us, so it is. But, you know, I think it shows the determination of Clare. I know I alluded and maybe was worried that Clare wouldn't be able for this second period of extra time, but by God, they're really putting on a show.
Cork looking to respond immediately. It's Cronin with the shot from the far side. She turns away because it's gone to the left and it has gone wide. 13 minutes on the clock, 1 point between the sides. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors, Joe throwing another measure into the big balloon glass there that you have as the ball goes long right down towards Anya Loughlin. Flicks it up to Lorna McNamara. She's half blocked down though. No hurley now for Libby Coppinger, so she can't pick the ball up. Still there to be one. Zian Spillane trying to bend her back inside there too. There's a whole cluster of Cork players still there. Lorna McNamara outside there. Laura Hayes as well. Who's going to pick it up? It's Emer Kelly trying to stretch the legs, shortening the grip but putting it to the right and wide, and putting it to the right and wide. It stays Cork 17, Clare 16. 13 and a half minutes gone in what has been a cracking Munster Senior Camogie final that's gone all the way to extra time. Clare now looking to put the pressure on the Cork puck out, looking for Amy Lee to try and find the saffron and blue jersey. She goes long, dropping it down to the 65-metre line. Up they go for it, ball breaking down. Who's going to win it? It's Clare, it's Aoife Keane that has it. She's half blocked down, ball looping up and Cork turn it over once more, driving it right back into the danger zone. Out comes Clare Heher, clears her lines. That's all you have to do. Chloe Murray, you're next up. She's getting the challenge there from Amy O'Connor. She's been fouled. It's a free out for Clare, who are finishing here, Breed, with savage determination.
Absolute savage determination. And you know what, you mentioned that Nivo D missing for that first period. I think her return to the pitch has lifted everyone. Totally turned Derek.
Chloe Murray with the long free down to 21. Anya Loughlin comes out to try and win it. Who's going to pick up the break? It's Clare. It's Lorna McNamara scooping it back to the aforementioned OG. Sells the dummy. Thought she was fouled. No, she surely was. It's a free in for Clare. Right on the 21-metre line. Nivo D, you dancer. Her return to the field has turned this game. There's no question or doubt about it. She won the free. Lorna McNamara will have the chance to level the sides with 5+ additional time to go. We won't say it. No, say nothing. Say nothing out to the final. Whistle goes, Breed. We'll see how things stand in. We'll stay with the play. Lorna McNamara has the free, maybe 20 metres out from the Cork goal, driving it goalwards and putting it over the bar. She's been flawless at every attempt that she has had. We're level at 17 points apiece. 34 scores shared between these two sides in an outstanding game of Camogie on the Boreen Manor Road in Cork City. Long ball from Amy Lee, dropping it down. Alana Ryan puts up the hand again, but it goes out over her. Cork now winning this possession. Is a foul? There was. Brilliant play there from Orla Cronin. 3 Clare players converged on her. Orla Cronin had the ball in her hands. The referee spotted a foul somewhere between the 4 bodies. It'll be a free in for Cork once more. It'll be Chloe Sigerson to take it, and a chance for Cork to take the lead once more.
Yeah, a chance for Cork to go back out in front. But you know, the sheer determination, the swarming is all I call it, of the Clare defence there, trying to prevent Cork driving forward. They have got that lift, like we said, they need it in the.
She's put it wide. She's put the free wide. It bounced wide even. It's gone to the left-hand side. 16 minutes on the clock. It'll get to 20 and plus before it's over. The sides still level at 17 points apiece. Long puck out down towards the aforementioned Nivo D. Emer Kelly comes in to win that break. 3 Cork players around her. Referee has spotted a foul. It's going to be a free for Clare. It's between the two 65-metre lines. It's 15 yards in from the far touchline. And it's 6 Mile Bridge's all-star Chloe Murray that is strutting forward to hit it.
Yeah, definitely. And we mentioned earlier, as we were approaching full-time in normal time, how Chloe Sigerson took her time walking over to take that free, which would have level matters. And Chloe's taking her time walking over. And you know what, no harm. Give everyone a chance to get into position, give everyone a chance to catch their breath, and hopefully Clare will have a return on this.
What we wouldn't give for a goal. Chloe Murray with the free will take a point for the minute. She's between the two 65-metre lines, striking away to our left-hand side, driving this one goalwards. She's looking at it, dropping dangerously inside, and it's breaking out. Cork have cleared their lines once more, but they're living dangerously. Zian Spillane trying to break that ball up, but that's tenacious defending from the Clare forwards as the ball goes back to the ground once more. Saoirse McCarthy inside trying to pick that ball up. up, does well, and keeps her cool, keeps her composure, and spreads it over the far side of the field to Maeve Cahalane. She has Anya Loughlin bearing down on her. Cahalane puts the ball on the hurley. Up she comes to the 45-metre line, shortens the grip. Aoife Keane comes in and breaks that one up, and into the hands of Niamh O'Dea it comes. She's putting the head down, she's tearing towards the goal. She's past the 45-metre line. She flicks it out. She flicks it to Anya Loughlin from True Clonlara, and Clare will lead by 1. It's Clare 18 points. It's Cork 17. The clock will tell us 17 and a half minutes gone in the second period of additional time.
Oh my God, this is just superb, absolutely superb. An unselfish player, Niamh, the way she passed that off instead of taking the score.
Aisling Thompson has the ball on the 45-metre line. She has time. Aisling Thompson with time to steady herself, drive it goalwards, and Darren Murphy says, back you go. Schlitter ball the whole lot together. The foul there surely to God on Ciara Grogan. Alana Ryan has the ball up into her hand, trying to break clear. She's won her free, and Clare celebrate as if there's another score. But once again, Breed, a high dropping ball in on top of Darren Murphy. She saw nothing else but the Schlitter batted it to safety. She has been simply outstanding.
She has been superb. I think she's in the running, I'd say, for player of the game, because her bravery, absolutely, she's fearless. I know that Mike Ryan, who took that absolute superb picture of her in the Gaelic grounds last week, as she blocked that penalty from Coach Devan, he was speaking here earlier today that it was a superb shot, and that he has gone to a fair few games, but he hasn't actually seen a goalkeeper like her in years. This is absolutely the stuff of legends here this evening. That's the only thing I could call it.
Yeah, no doubt about that whatsoever. It's Clare by 1, 18 points to 17. It was 13-11 10 years ago. We've gone a bit beyond that, but we've played a little bit extra too. 19 minutes on the clock, 1 plus additional time to go here in Páirc Rinn. Thankfully, Ciara Grogan is back up onto her feet. Won an intermediate title with her native Clooney Quinn, of course, last year. Back up senior, the mighty Deirdre Murphy, and all playing her part that day as well. Chloe Murray from the 6 Mile Bridge Club, standing on her own 21-metre line, slashes this one down the field, looking for Niamh O'Dea. Her hurley was being held. The referee didn't see it. It doesn't matter. Niamh has the ball, looks up, shortens up the grip, plays it down the throat here once more, looking for Greta Hickey to come out and win this ball. Zian Spillane is inside there. Back there too was Aoife Power, trying to win this ball on the 45-metre line. Zian is on her hands and knees. Clare have the ball. It's Emer Kelly trying to break her way through. Looks back, slaps it goalwards. Need this one to drop. Anya Loughlin has it on the 21. Anya, can she get the shot away? No, it's half blocked down. Ball goes back to the ground, and Cork have turned it over. Cork have turned it over. They'll have one last chance. It's brilliant work back outside there by Kate O'Gorman, who is on the field for Clare, drafting that ball right the way across the field, but Cork have it now once more. Katrina Mackey back on her own 45. The clock has passed the 20-minute mark. It's Clare by 1. It's Clare 18. It's Cork 17. Mackey has the ball. Up to the 65 she comes. She stands. She belts. She strikes. I think she scored. It's gone over the bar. That is an outstanding score from Katrina Mackey. It's level pegging. It's 18 points apiece. The clock will tell us 20 and a half minutes gone. Is there time for one last score? Can someone be the hero here in Páirc Rinn? Or are we off to another blasted shootout? The ball is poked out. It's Darren Murphy that has it, dropping it down towards Zian Spillane. Power comes in, flicks it up into her hand, and off she goes. Down along this near side touchline. She's hooked. The ball goes out. It'll be a line ball for Clare. Éanna Mulvihill is adamant that there was a pullback on the Clare player there. He's entitled to look for it, I suppose. We're all looking for it. The ball has gone out over the line. 1 minute of additional time had been indicated. We've gone into that now. The line ball will be taken by Cork, and I have a feeling, Breed, it could be the last action.
I would be very fearful of it, and
I'm so sick of shootouts. Of any sort. I don't care. I've had enough. I had one already on Wednesday night. I can't go through it. I could throw another one. To mind the players, Breed, I can't go through it. But anyway, the line ball has been taken. Maybe Cork will have one last chance. Let's see where this ball is going to end up. Caoimhe Carmody gets it up. She doesn't. It's into the hands outside of Orla Cronin. She goes through. Referee has looking at the clock. He's looking at the whistle, and he's looking at his watch. The ball goes in. Emer Kelly's trying to pick it up. The ruck develops. It would be heartbreaking to lose this way. It's gone to the additional penalties or puck-outs or whatever they're going to do with it. It's going to be a free-taking competition to decide the 2020 Munster Camogie title. 18 points apiece. The clock has been stopped. Katrina Mackey with an outstanding score. And Breed, look to your left and right. Everybody is standing to applaud both these sides. It doesn't matter if they're wearing saffron and blue or red and white. Everybody acknowledging what an absolute effort and battle both these teams have given us here this evening.
Absolute titanic battle. Absolute titanic. We have actually Marion Graham, who's on Munster Council, here in front of us. We're just looking for her for clarification. Is it 45 or is it additional time?
Some time transfers.
Anyway. No, she's not. But you know, two teams.
I'd say I don't think anybody's rightly sure, to be honest. But I was, you know, extra time is over. It goes to a free-taking shootout. So well. Count up mode is on, which was on the scoreboard, which would indicate that they're now going to start counting the free taking. I
know I had queried it earlier in the week, Derek, so I had
tell you what, Breed, you look through the WhatsApps there and I will give an update on some other scores. This is live broadcasting, lads, you just do it on the fly. We'll go to the What's the Score app and check on some of those other games.
Yeah, so I queried if there was any extra time. I was told games will finish on the day, so extra time by 2 plus 45s.
Does that mean two extra times?
Extra times by 2, so which we've had.
Right, so it's not a case of extra time, draw, extra time, freeze.
We'll try and seek clarification on that, Derek.
Right, stay with us anyway, folks. Let's give you, Breed is going to go off using her contacts there, and I'm going to give you an update on some scores where it's 68 minutes on the clock in TEG Cusack Park as a 14-man Westmeath trail Wexford by 19 points to one more period of 5 minutes. One more period of 5 minutes.
Are we going 5 minutes each?
Two periods,
2 fives. 2 by 5.
So we're going for 5 minutes again twice. Right, okay, so I'm glad to have cleared that up. So we're not gone to the freeze just yet. We're gone to 2 more extra times of 5 minutes each. So it was extra time, draw, extra time, then the freeze. Okay. It couldn't get any more dramatic like that.
Oh, it couldn't, and you know what
this is half the crack of it, I suppose.
I don't think this has actually ever happened in the history of the Munster Senior Championship that they haven't been able to separate them. And you know, but what happens, I know we're going to 45s probably if we're still level at the end of these 2 periods of extra time.
Look, this conversation has been had throughout the last week. I'm in favour of the golden score option. You know, start again and first score wins job. I mean, you do it in the schoolyard when lunchtime is over, you know. So. Anyway, look,
I'll tell you this much, Derek. Irrespective of what happens in this period of extra time, I don't know if I can portray correctly the pride I have in this Clare team this evening. My God, they are
just refusing to die, aren't they?
Refusing point blank to stand back and to let Cork take this. Like they dictated the pace in the opening 60 minutes. It was Cork who forced the draw. It was Cork yet again who forced the extra time. You know, they have given so much for the jersey here this evening. My God, their bodies must be so sore out there. But you know what? The pride we can have in them, in what they're doing for the jersey and for the pride of Clare Camogie this evening.
Immeasurable,
you know,
really.
That's the word. Immeasurable for this.
Let's just get an update on those other games. TEG Cusack Park, they're into extra time or additional time. 20 points to Wexford, 114 to Westmeath. Dublin and Kilkenny in Parnell Park. Second half back underway there. It's Kilkenny 114, Dublin 13 points. So lead there for the Cats. Second period of extra time about to get underway here in Páirc Rinn. Breed, you said we didn't want to be still here at 9 o'clock. We're not far off it.
I might have jinxed it.
We're not far off it. It's back underway. It's Caoimhe Carmody with the ball, looking back to Emer Kelly. Can't take it first time. Gets it back at the second time of asking, looking to get the strike away. She does. Into the danger zone it goes. Kane O'Gorman is inside. Anya O'Loughlin is too, trying to make the angle for the shot. She can't do it. Has to recycle it back to Lorna McNamara. Loses the ball in contact on the 45-metre line. 18 points apiece. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors this evening in Páirc Rinn. The ball is picked up for Cork by Fiona Keating. She's bottled up by a whole host of Clare players. Has to give it out to Laura Hayes. Does well to hold on to that. Sweeps it down the field. Chloe Murray comes across, up goes the hand. and takes it down and releases it out to Nivo D. Tried to take it in at the first time, couldn't, and does at the second time. Shortens up the grip, pings the ball out here. Cueva Carmody, she's in all sorts of space, tips it inside towards Kate O'Gorman, and she just loses the hurley there, and the challenge as the Cork defence holds firm. Plays it down this near side of the pitch, down towards Ciara O'Sullivan, very close to the sideline. Does well, Aoife Keane right there with her. Up goes the stick there of Nivo D, gets the ball back to the ground, sweeps it forward one-handed. But Katrina Mackey, the one that brought us to the extra time, gets the ball away out towards Kate Wall, shortens up the grip, delivers it right in there towards Amy O'Connor, who puts it over the bar. A fine score. Wall to O'Connor. O'Connor with the finish. Cork to the lead. It's 19 points for Cork. It's 18 points for Clare. 90 seconds played of this second period of 5 minutes.
Absolute, it's super pride there for Amy O'Connor. I think you can hear the crowds here getting behind them. They all know that these women need that additional boost now. But Clare, they're fighting, they're battling. We see a couple of players down there now on both sides suffering from cramp. Katrina Mackey being one of them, Emer Kelly being another.
Zian Spinan is being withdrawn for Clare. Coming back onto the team is Merton Scanlon with that red and white helmet over on the far side of the field. Players just absolutely going through the mill here, cramping up like the new time, because they have played an unbelievably epic game with whatever it is.
Carmody giving assistance there.
There was 60 minutes, then there was another 20 minutes, that's 80, now we're on to 82. It's been just a superhuman effort.
Absolutely, and this is what the headlines need to be about next week, about the effort that these ladies have put in here this evening. It's, I'm just in awe of them, Derek. I think I'm blown away by their performance here this evening. They're leaving absolutely everything outside there on the field, so they are.
Zian Spinan, I think, is someone that might be seeing action again fairly rapid, because she's after sprinting off the field to receive a little bit more attention as the puck out comes down towards Scanlon, who's back onto the field, trying to get that ball up into her hand, but under all sorts of pressure from the Cork attack over on the far side of the field. It's McCarthy picking it up and spinning away there now is Kate Wall again. She has been brilliant for Cork since coming in, but the referee has adjudged she did something wrong. It's going to be a free for Clare.
It's your favourite issue, the barging, standing your ground, and it was Lana Ryan there in position.
Barging and penalties, I don't want to talk about them. That's the bottom line on it. Chloe Morey is strutting across to take this free between the two 65-metre lines. She's 5 yards in from the far touch line, and anybody that paid their money in here to Páirc Uí this evening is certainly getting their money's worth. Anyone that turned on their radio at home to listen to us, you're certainly getting your money's worth as well, whether it's dinner, supper or whatever you're having at the moment. Do not go anywhere. Chloe Morey from 6 Mile Bridge has the ball. She'll be shy of the Cork 65-metre line as she drops this one in towards the danger zone. Anya Loughlin puts up the hurley, ball breaking down. Who's going to get to it first? Is it Greta Hickey? No, it's not. It's Cork coming away with it, driving forward there. Cahalane and Murphy combining to try and ease the pressure on this Cork defensive, bringing it through the lines. Coming forward there, Aoife Keane, and all tracking back. It's Laura Hayes that has it now, playing it into the corner. Good ball in. Claire Heher almost has it, but that is outstanding work there from Cueva Kelly. But it's just flicked away from her at the wrong time. Across comes Chloe Morey, read the danger, knew it was coming, got the hand pass away. It's been turned over though. Cork with another strike at the post, and now they lead by 2. Another pressure put on the Clare defence, and once again it is that woman Amy O'Connor who has put the ball over the bar for the Rebelettes, who lead by 20 points to 18. 4 of the 5 minutes of this first extra time have been played. Puck out goes long once again around the half back line. Cork have picked it up, and Fiona Keating driving that ball long. Down it comes. Claire Heher battling away for it there, trying to get the ball back to the ground. Her clubmate Aoife Keane comes in to try and help her. Ciara Grogan is there as well, trying to pick it up for Clare. But again, it's Wall that has it for Cork. Gets the hand pass away, just gets it out into space, out towards Katrina Mackey. Knew the hook was going to come. Picks the ball up, strikes it at the post, and puts it over the bar. Cork have really come to life now in this first extra time period. They've stretched out into a 3-point lead. It's 21 points to 18, and the half-time whistle will be blowing very shortly.
Yes, it will indeed. And Amy O'Connor, the work rate she put in to get those first 2 scores for Cork, give them that lift and that bounce that they need, give them another pep in their step, and then Mackey head down, drive forward and fire over to extend Cork's lead to 3 points.
Referee is pulling it back for a free again. I thought that 5 seconds had well elapsed there at that stage, but anyway, it's going to be a free for Cork between the two 65-metre lines, and everybody at any opportunity now, Breed, is just going down, sticking up the leg and hoping someone will stretch it for them.
And I think there's one of the most sporting moments you're going to see. I think it's Chloe Morey who's helping before the Cork physio got in there. Chloe Morey went to assist the Cork player that's down suffering from cramp there.
I think it's Mackie,
It's actually Clare Herr. It was actually Clare Herr. Credit to her.
I think it's Mackie, yeah.
You know, these girls have been in college together. They know each other down through the years and that. They're absolute foes on the field here this evening, but you know, they're friends outside of this. And you know, I think that just shows the respect that both sets of players have for each other this evening.
No doubt about it. They couldn't have anything but after what an absolutely titanic battle. I know Cork gone into a 3-point lead, but I don't think any Clare person is going to leave Páirc Rinn this evening feeling beaten. That's the reality of it.
No,
as we
definitely not.
Saoirse McCarthy with the ball, standing up, striking it from distance. It looks as if it's tailing out to the left-hand side. It's kept in play. Someone needs to win this break for Clare, and they do. It's Aoife Keane coming away with it, trying to get the hand pass up. The referee, though, has blown for a throw. He says Aoife Keane threw the ball.
Right.
Reid, will you say something there?
Look, that I think is one of the harshest calls I've seen this evening. From where I am here in the commentary box, and I'll concede that the referee is much closer to the play than I am, but to me that was not a throw ball, so it wasn't.
In the context of the game, harsh enough. Anyway, it'll be Amy O'Connor right in front of the post. You'd imagine this should be a gimme for a player of her standard. It would give Cork a 4-point lead, as we will definitely, I'd imagine, be hearing the half-time whistle blowing for this extra time period. Taking her time in it, looking at the post, trying to make sure that she'll split that red spot overhead Derden Murphy's helmet. Just building, and she'll do just that. She'll do it with consummate ease. Amy O'Connor, she has been brilliant for Cork here this evening, no doubt about that. Puck out from Derden Murphy. The referee is ready to blow the half-time whistle. You can see it in his mouth. Let's see, Murphy pucks it out. There we go. It's half-time in extra time. It's Cork who have probably made perhaps the match-winning move as they lead by 4 points, 22-18.
Yeah, definitely. They've had the better period here. So they've had Amy O'Connor opening point, second point, Katrina Mackey with that point, and then Amy O'Connor to close it. Kept Clare scoreless in this period. You know, bodies tired all over the field there, Derek, for both sides. But Cork have been the stronger in this period of extra time, and it's actually getting confusing now at what stage of this game we're at.
Yeah, just to maybe bring people up to date with those other scores, an injury time goal for Westmeath has seen them draw with Wexford, which will put Wexford in real danger of missing out on the qualification for the All-Ireland series. So that's a massive result coming through from TEG Cusack Park, and Kilkenny have made what is probably a match-winning move at this stage now. They lead Dublin by 2-16 to 15 points in Parnell Park, and that game is heading towards the last 20 minutes or thereabouts. So the teams breaking again once more, and you can see the physios are the hardest working people breed in these huddles outside there, because I'd say there's just every sort of a pain and ache now coming through.
Yeah, like I mean, when you look at it, neither side have actually introduced a huge amount of subs. I think we've only seen 3 subs on each side introduced throughout the game. So those girls that have been on for the duration of the duration, they could be here for a while, like, you know, but those bodies, they must be just so sore. Like, it's the physio's nightmare, I suppose you'd call it, to see a game going on like this for extra time and then additional extra time.
Yeah, no doubt. The second half of the extra time is underway. Clare trailing by 4. It's Cork 22 points. It's Clare 18. Career-wise recruitment, our commentary sponsors. Ball hand pass back there. Myrne Scanlon thought she was fouled. Great work from Linda Daly to try and turn that ball over. She was brilliant, particularly in that normal time period. Katrina Mackey goes in swinging like a windmill and wins that ball back, drives it down to the corner, looking for the run outside of Chloe Sigerson. She leaves it instead though to Amy O'Connor. Oh, a lovely ball inside. This could be the winning of it. Chloe Sigerson bearing down on the goal, gets the hand pass across, and it's into the back. Oh, it's not. It's gone to the left and wide. How, in the name of God? How did that stay out of the goals? An absolutely flying defence back there. Was it Aoife Keane or Clare Herr? I think it might be Aoife Keane that must have just thrown helmet and the whole lot on that ball to try and win it back. an outstanding flying block there for all ends up. It looked as if that one was going to rattle the net, Breed. What a fantastic ball in by Amy O'Connor to release Sigerson in the first place. But you can see outside there, I think it's Aoife Keane, just can't see the number from here. It's right inside in the square, and there's a whole host of bodies around her.
Aoife's walking off there with the green helmet. Yeah, she's up. But she does look sore, so she does.
Maybe then is it Ciara Grogan
or Alana Ryan?
There's one of them anyway, down. We know that much. I think that's Alana.
No, it's not Sticky. Sticky's there with the blue helmet bending over at the moment. I think that might be.
I think Alana's there with the red helmet anyway, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, 17 is up.
Caoimhe Kelly, she's another candidate maybe. But whoever it is, Caoimhe Kelly, I think I can see her helmet there actually on the goal line. Whoever it is, an outstanding block, puts her body right on the line. That would have been the winning of it.
That would have been game over, so it would definitely. But you know, absolute superb. I know there's a 45 to Cork out of it. But, you know, it just means it just I think shows, Derek, what we've seen throughout this entire game. The sheer determination. No way was that going in as far as those three were concerned. And I know Caoimhe should back up.
45 to be taken. It's going to be Chloe Sigerson that hits it, and she puts it over the bar. Now lead by 5 in this game has started the quickest moment. Yes, Clare can magic a goal from somewhere. Ciara Grogan is trying to do just that now on her own 45-metre line where she pulled back. Oh, in the name of God, that's not a free, but anyway, we'll continue. She was pulled back the whole lot. Chloe Murray breaks it up on the 45-metre line, goes past Sigerson, gets it away outside here to Linda Daly, takes the contact, and again she's been blown. That is just crazy. It was a free for Ciara Grogan on the far side of the field. Don't anyone tell me anything different, and then your man goes and does that.
Yeah, that's I don't know, I as long as I'm involved, I think I need to study this for every single game, because it's like the exam question that keeps going. You get the wrong exam question because
anyway,
it varies.
The free is hit, the free is scored. Cork lead by 6, and well, it's starting to look a little bit inevitable now, as I mentioned, unless Clare can magic that goal from somewhere, but unless they get the rub of the green when they're entitled, it's kind of hard to do that. Ball from Jordan Murphy, puck down to the far side of the field, dropping on the 65-metre line. The break comes, and once again Cork are first to it around that middle third now. They just have more bodies and a little bit more nous, but Caoimhe Kelly, a brilliant defensive effort from her, driving that ball forward right down into the heart of that Clare attack, and it's Power that has the ball, powering forward to the 21-metre line. Still she goes, but it's just flicked away from her. That is outstanding work by Maeve Murphy. Oh, that's brilliant cornerback play. So perceptive to know when the ball was going to be there. Just flicked it away, but Power still has it. Back it comes now once more, back towards Daly. Recycles it back around, turns and slashes it off the left-hand side in towards Anya O'Loughlin. Can she get the stick to it? She can't, because the hurley came in instead from Libby Coppinger. She's won the 45, and this is going to be just drop it in territory.
Yeah, drop it in there, and you know, hope for the best here now at this point. But you know, whatever, like we said earlier, Derek, whatever the outcome here, and I think it's looking like a Cork win at this point, you'd have to be so proud of the effort from the Clare girls coming in here, and their performance throughout I'm trying to add up how much they've played. 60, 100, we're now I think into about 118 minutes here.
Ball is dropped in there towards Niamh O'Dea. Can she get the strike where she can? Niamh O'Dea has found the top right hand corner of the Cork net, and now it's back to a 3-point game. It's Cork 24, it's Clare 118, 9.5 on the clock. Once it gets to 10, it's game over. Now it's kitchen sink territory. It's Clare just trailing by 3. Niamh O'Dea with a rocket to the top right corner. The Kilmaley club woman finding the back of the net, deep in this extra time. Puck out to come from Amy Lee. This one isn't dead in the water just yet. She's put the puck out to the far side of the field. Aoife Keane is outside. The referee has stopped the play. The linesman wants to have a chat with him. Now isn't the time to be doing that, lads. You can talk after, let the play go on. And will he make the puck out be taken again, or has he spotted a foul? Hopefully it's the latter. Let's just see what he's going to do now. Oh, he's saying, go on, take the puck out again. Right, the puck out's going to come again, and it's going to come from Amy Lee inside the Cork goal, and she's going to go back to find the new slitter, and she's going to kill all the time and kill all the momentum. Surely we're going to have at least 2 minutes of additional time here as Clare pour forward for what would be an equalising goal. It's Cork 24 points, Clare 118 in this Munster Senior Camogie final, dropping the ball right down to the same direction as she did the last time. Out comes Ciara Grogan, shortens up the grip, gets it away, but Cork have got their stick to the ball over there on the far side of the field looking for Daly to try and come in and pick this one up. Emer Kelly is putting the challenge on there. There was a hand pulled back, and that's going to be a free for Cork. That might just kill the momentum. I'd imagine Sigerson will go over to take this one. Maybe we might get one last opportunity. But what a goal from Niamh O'Dea.
A superb goal right to the top of the net there. And, you know, for all the work that Niamh put in throughout the original 60 minutes, having to go off then, we assume it's that back injury aggravated somewhat, come back in, give everyone the lift, you know, just rewards for her.
Free will be taken for Cork on the far side of the field, roughly 60 yards out from the post, no more than a step or two in from the far sideline, driving this one goalwards. It's dropping all the way in, and it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Surely there'll be one last play. Puck out goes short, out to Aoife Keane, puts the ball on the hurley. Surely she was held back there. Referee says yes. Clare Hare goes across to her clubmate, says leave that ball down because Chloe Morey is coming out to take it. This is on Clare's 45-metre line. Cork won't retreat. Surely the referee should bring that ball forward.
Yes.
Bring it forward, bring it and keep
and
going.
Stay going, Chloe,
Keep going. Your man, his back turn, keep going. Chloe Morey with the free for Clare. She's just shy of the 45-metre line. This one will go into the mixer. It's dropping right down on top of the 21-metre line. Up they go for it. It goes all the way through. And Cork will have a chance. See if a power goes across, puts in the challenge. But that's outstanding defence from Cork, and it's Orla Cronin bringing the ball clear. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and Cork have been crowned Munster Senior Camogie champions in the most dramatic of circumstances. Your man has found the hat again underneath us here. It's Cork 24, it's Clare 1 goal in 18. A superhuman effort, just coming short. Clare players outside are absolutely crestfallen. I don't blame them, but when they look back, and as far as I'm concerned, this game was a draw. They just don't have the cup going home. They have put it up, Reid, to a team that everybody said were going to be All-Ireland favourites.
Yeah, they put it up to them from the get-go. We were written off before we came into the game. But the girls, their performance all over the field, it's just, I'm lost for words here, Derek, because the effort from them, the commitment from them, the heart they showed out there on that field this evening. You know, we haven't been in this final for 10 years, and the sheer work rate from them all over the pitch was just immense. I know we're not going home with the cup, and I know I'm biased, but to me that was a winning performance out of Clare, so it was. And I think what it will show to the girls is that yes, they can go toe-to-toe with Cork. They can. You have nothing to fear from Cork. They have nothing to fear from Tipperary, from Galway, from Kilkenny. Absolute, you know. I think it's superb, absolute lionesses out there on that pitch for the entire duration of this game. My heart breaks for them that they don't not bringing home the cup, but you know what they have put in, they have put it from the map, so they have. Yeah. Where, as I said to you yesterday evening, we were coming down here to go to battle. Well, by God, they went to battle.
And that's something I think actually, Reid, the performance that Clare are bringing out of this and the experience that Clare are bringing out of this is probably a small bit more valuable than the cup.
I think it is. I would agree with you 100% on that. Over the past few years, we've been thereabouts, if you like. But this performance this evening, and I think the 2 games against Tipperary have stood to it. Those 3 games are so going to stand to Clare going into the championship next week, so it is. You're always concerned if you lose this final that, you know, going into the championship it might be a bit of a downer. I think Clare are going to be on an upper because of the past 3 weekends and the performances they put in and the belief that has grown within them as a group. You see, like Peter Gorman coming on there, she had played the full 60 minutes in the junior final, and she coming in, and I think that shows the way the 2 panels work so well together. I know we weren't on here, but when the juniors were presented with the cup, they all trekked across the field. They actually had a guard of honour for the seniors coming out. You know, just from a county board point of view, from a Clare person point of view, that unity between the 2 squads. And, you know, credit to Conor and to John. They've driven that, so they have. They've driven it. And, you know, you'd have to I'd love to have the cup going home. I'm not going to deny that. But you know what? We're going home with something else. We're going home with a renewed belief in our own capabilities.
Absolutely, couldn't sum it up any better than that. Back-to-back championship games for Clare to come now between the trip to Tip and then the trip to Cork. Once again in a couple of weeks' time, venue and all that for that game to be decided. I'd imagine this week though would be all about recovery, a couple of visits back to the Atlantic maybe to loosen out the bodies. But like there's no doubt from what we've seen there this evening, like the hurling is there, so that doesn't really have to be worked on. It's now all about getting the bodies right, because again, it's a fairly punishing schedule coming up over the next couple of weeks. But we'll talk more about that as it goes on, because it's time for us to hand back the studio fairly belatedly. It's actually so belatedly, I'm not quite sure who's back in studio to hand back to. Is Brian McLaughlin still there? Has Pat Flynn come in to relieve him? Or is it Chris Hanrahan that's ready to go with his programme? Anyway, to whoever's back there, thanks for holding forth across this evening. It's been an evening of drama, high drama.
A historic evening.
But I'm glad in a lot of ways that the game was finished on the fields with another extra time, rather than you know these old shootouts. But that's
because I think listening to your voices on Wednesday night, I don't know if I could have held it here on my own this evening, Derek, because to put you through that again. But you know, lose by a goal, that's what it was. There was a margin of one puck on the ball between them. Clare can go out of here this evening with their heads held high. They
certainly will, no doubt about that. They're down in a huddle here underneath us. The supporters have come in to thank them for what they've done here this evening for Clare Camogie, and to hopefully carry that forward to the championship. To Breed Mac here on Analysis with us, thanks for joining us and feeding us and all the rest across the afternoon and evening, and to Derek Dormer as well for joining us there across the broadcast. And as I said, to Brian McLaughlin, who started us off back at base anyway, and to whoever else is there keeping things ticking over, thanks to you as well. And also to our commentary sponsor, CareerWise Recruitment, the mighty Joe Robbins. As we said, he's enjoying a well-earned break. No doubt he'll hit the ground running when he comes back, and we'll look forward to chatting to him when he did. Heartbreak for Clare here in Páirc, Rinn, losing out after extra time against Cork in this Munster Senior Camogie final. Time to rest the bodies, because we have a massive day to come in Cusack Park tomorrow. Clare versus Limerick in that Munster Senior Hurling Championship game coming up at 4 o'clock. Build up right across the afternoon for what promises to be a cracking day. 18,500 people roaring inside in Cusack Park. How could you not look forward to that? We sign off here from Cork. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I have that try treat.
Absolutely, I will. Run up.
Where is she?
Hands free.
First presentation tonight at the Munster final has got actually nothing to do with the Munster final.
That's not on there. No, this is
Yeah, has actually nothing to do with tonight's match, but it's an award to a player from the Munster GAA Awards from last year, 2021. And due to COVID and everything, the gala night for the presentation was cancelled. And it gives me the great privilege tonight to present a Munster GAA Camogie Player of the Year to Chloe Sigerson from Cork.
that's not working. Oh, we have to give it back to them. Hey, is that cheers? It's not. Oh. It's working on the stream. Yeah, yeah.
Hello. Right, so next we'll present the player of the match tonight, right? And the player of the match goes to Amy O'Connor. It's with great pleasure that I present the winning cup today to the captain of Cork. But before I do so, I'd like to thank a few people. I want to thank the Cork County Board for putting Páirc Ring at our disposal for what a wonderful game. Like, you couldn't ask for better. I know Clare are disappointed tonight, but I'm sure in 2 weeks' time when you meet in the championship, you'll be up for it again. To the referee and his officials, on a job well done. Thanks very much. To our supporters, who, as I said earlier on, these games, unless we have our supporters, it's no good. Like, so, can I get a big round of applause for the supporters, please? I'd like to thank both teams for serving up a great game tonight. It's a pity there has to be a loser tonight, but look at a huge congratulations to Cork for winning and commiserations to Clare. So, without further ado, I'd like to present the cup to our winning captain, Amy Lee.
To collect the cup on behalf of the girls. I think any one of them could be up here today collecting it. It was a great battle out the field and you were absolutely amazing. Looking at it from the goals, I can only imagine what it looked like from up here in the stands, so fair play to you. To Clare, an absolute battle. You gave us an excellent game and had a never say die attitude, and we look forward to meeting you in the championship. As well, can we just give a big round of applause to Clare for their... I'd just like to thank Matthew and the lads. The work they put in to us is unbelievable. I'd say we don't even know half of it. I'm not going to name any of them because I won't get them all, I'd say. And last but not least, to the supporters. I know there's a rake of Páirc girls here anyway. Lads, I hope to see you all for the whole championship. It's great to have you here. The game was made 10 times better with you around, and I hope to see you next week for our first game. And that's it.